Last time, Conscript Group 14 did battle with the fearsome spirit of Davad Haruman, one of the Hellrider generals that stood with Zariel as the rest of her army fled from Avernus. Thanks to teamwork and powerful magic, the party was victorious. However, their entire reason for traveling across the Styx to this location seemed to have been in error. This gruesome hill was not the location of the citadel from Lulu's vision, and the sword of Zariel remains far from the adventurers' grasp. Exhausted, the adventurers found a small crevice to wedge themselves into, and, with the help of magically conjured hut, they've been able to rest their weary bodies. However, minds may wander far while the body sleeps. Silas, as you sleep, you pass into dream. You open your eyes and find yourself once again atop the bramble-covered hill. Bramble-covered hill. The statue of Vandria Gilmadrith stands before you, intact, its alabaster gleaming and resolute. Wending its way down through the brambles, you see a path, the one that you chose to follow in a previous vision from long ago. Rising up from it, you could hear the faint, rhythmic sound of a hammer striking metal. What do you do?
I'm going to move towards the sound.
All right. You begin to step away from the statue, wending your way down this twisting path, past thick brambles on each side. As you do, you feel and sense the scene changing around you, and you begin to hear the forlorn cries of grief that first drew you in this direction. Heartbreaking sounds of anguish and despair greet you as you reach the base of the hill and step into a war-torn village. Around you, burned-out homes still smolder, and mourners gather around their fallen brethren, their blood still wet upon the ground. The sadness around you is palpable, and you feel it pushing against you, slowing your steps, as if you're fighting against a heavy wind. What do you do?
I look around to see if I can see anything else. I see evidence of people, but I don't see any people. I hear evidence of people, but...
Make a perception check.
Perception check incoming. That is a 12.
Looking around, the thing that is noticeable is that this scene seems to take elements from any number of similar situations. You see elves, you see dwarves, you see humans, you see gnomes and halflings, you see half-orcs. This could be any number of villages having suffered under any number of attacks. As you are standing there looking, a woman comes running up to you, grabs your arm, and she says, "Dithian was still but a child, 2 years away from his naming day, my only son, lost to me for all time. How will I endure the long years I have left? Shall I greet each bitter day with tears and a broken heart? Better to join him in the grave."
Can I tell what type of woman this is? Is it indistinct, or is there anything remarkable about her?
It is a bit indistinct, but you get the sense that this is an elf.
I look at her and ask, what happened here?
The same thing that always happens. The strong prey upon the weak, and they take what is loved. How can I endure under all of this? This weight that pulls me down.
We each of us must find our own strength. We each of us must find our own way. Use your grief as strength, rather than as a force that pushes you down. It's difficult, but you must push through grief. We all must endure it. Above all, you must try to make things right, make a difference. If there are those you love still, you must save them. Do I recognize, DM, that this is a dream state vision or something otherwise? Or am I
It is
real?
quasi-real, quasi-dream. You've certainly experienced real effects from these sort of dreams that you've had in the past. So you're wise enough to know not to dismiss them. However, this doesn't feel like anything that is sinister. You get the sense that this is something that is being presented to you.
I look towards the statue. Is it visible from where I am?
It is not. You have moved away from the statue and the hill into another locale. But as you spoke to this woman, you began to feel a heaviness that, instead of pushing against you, begins to settle on your heart, weighing you down from inside. And as you do, you see the woman seem a little less distraught, a little less in utter despair. She bows her head, and you see tears falling, and she lets go of your arm. You have comforted her. You have taken some of the weight that she has been bearing and internalized it. And while you are no longer being resisted as you try to move forward, you now feel a weight that is holding you down, making your steps heavier and the way harder.
I accept the weight. Just as Vandria Gamambith accepted the weight of feeling every blow that any elf-kind suffers in the world, just as she suffers under the weight of the grief of betrayal of her own mother. I don't begrudge the grief or the weight. It simply is.
You continue through this village. The sounds of mourning still around you, but in the distance, closer now, the rhythmic ping, ping, ping of a hammer on metal.
Going to seek out that sound.
As you walk closer to it, you see a group standing around an elder who is speaking to them all. Our enemies shall receive our vengeance for what has done this day. Soon we will mount our own attack, but when we do, let us show restraint. They have hurt us, but our people and culture endure. This, then, must be the nature of our retribution.
Can I make out any sort of symbols on this speaker? Any sort of identifying marks?
Based just on the respect he's being shown by the group, a little bit of a beard, an elder, he seems to have a position of authority. But as far as a symbol that says this is somebody to be obeyed, this is a religious leader, or this is an elected official, nothing descript. It is more what he is saying as opposed to who is saying it.
Can I try to divine the meaning of his words? He's saying that basically not to be cruel or not to be destructive, but to survive and thrive. Is that... Am I
Make an
reading too
insight
much
check.
there? Yeah. Insight. That is a natural 20 for a 21.
Ooh. You listen to his words, and while they sound kind and even-handed, You realize that what he is describing is simply a pattern of attack and retribution, where no one side wins a decisive victory. If these people are at war, what he is describing is a war that will endure for generations.
Do I feel like I can interact with the crowd, with him? It all feels semi-real, right?
It feels semi-real. If you were to raise your voice or interact with this group, they would listen.
I make my way up to where the speaker is.
He looks at you and then steps off the pedestal.
I look about. Do I see the feeling of any hope? Do I see anything that would indicate that there's a dormant hope? Or is this just a feeling of dread and complete despair?
With your natural 20, you have a feeling that the feeling of hope or despair will be generated here by what you say.
I look at the speaker and I ask, you have been attacked. How have you been wronged? Why is this conflict at your door?
They attack us for what our forebears did to them. And we will attack them in turn. So the cycle continues, bringing misery and pain in equal measures to each generation. A bloodletting that we all must endure.
I am going to activate my divine sense, my ability as the paladin to detect good and evil.
You detect neither.
I speak out. You caused yourself to be a victim by continuing a cycle of pain, a cycle of retribution and attrition. You make no effort to change. You are taking the most circuitous route possible. And not only do you victimize yourself, you victimize your children, you victimize your family, and you victimize your descendants to continue in this cycle. In all cycles of evil, you must first recognize that you are in it. You have done so. You have admitted it. To put this suffering upon your children marks you as more evil than they. To wish for continued conflict, whether it be over land, riches, religion, to continue folly when you know that nothing good will come. You mark yourself as a fool or evil yourself. Someone who guides, someone who loves. You seek an end to conflict. You seek a better life. Not constant warring.
If the only way to end this conflict is the utter destruction of our enemy, should we then take that evil upon ourselves?
Who is your enemy?
They are...
Why do they continue to come at you? Because you have retribution upon them? Stop. And if they come still, then do not take an equal number. Do not measure the losses. Do not go to battle as some mindless force. Find the cause. Eliminate the cause. The straightest path to an end to war. This is what my goddess teaches.
You sense a release from the group around you, and the weight of their rage and despair falls upon your shoulders as they seem lightened and more at peace. In the distance, you still hear the ping, ping, ping.
I'm going to seek that out, that sound.
You pass through the town, the sound getting louder as you approach it, and there's a smithy. Inside, a burly smith, but his features, at both easily viewable but so ubiquitous amongst those that you've seen on countless others that you would have difficulty describing him other than to say smith. Large man, grizzled chin. He's wearing a leather apron and he's pounding on a piece of metal. There's a boy sitting on a bench before him, his face downcast. The smith pumps the bellows. Rage and the desire for vengeance is like this forge, boy. It burns with power, and it can transfer that power to that which it touches. He picks up an iron brand that is red hot. It burns, but it also weakens. And he pushes it down, and you see it bend, as all hot metal does. He picks up another glowing brand from the fire and moves it to an anvil and begins to pound on it with a hammer. King, king, king. Discipline, king. And self-control, king, king. Can use the heat of passionate rage to create something useful. But the fire runs deep. The redness has faded from the brand, and it has taken on the rough shape of a blade. Places it on a nearby wooden bench, which immediately begins to smoke. You see, that fire seemed to be gone, but it can reignite at any time and bring ruin to everything around it. The bench catches fire, but the smithy quickly snuffs it with his apron. He picks up a third iron brand, red hot. Works it with a hammer a few times. Rage, king, king. Self-discipline and control, king, king. Then this. And he holds it over a trough of water. The power of grief. Tears bleed away the blind rage. They allow what has been molded by discipline to become a useful tool, one that serves a reliable purpose with no hidden cost. He turns to face the boy, and you see a tear in his eye. Remember this, then, next time you feel you should be ashamed for crying over the loss of your mother. His vision fades, and you pass into an empty oblivion of dream. Just as you slip out of this, you get the impression of a forest around you and the distant sound of laughter. and your vision ends. Jax, you're huddling inside a building. Its roof and walls partially collapsed, and its furnishings scattered and broken. Outside, you can hear the sounds of distant battle and explosions. It feels familiar. From a nearby cabinet, you hear a fearful whimper.
I'll go and have a look.
You open it up, and inside you see Shura, much as she was the first time you found her. Jax, there's monsters outside. Will you protect me?
Of course I will. Let me have a look. Hide.
She huddles into the very corner of this cabinet.
I'll go and have a look.
You look outside, and there's something moving in the streets outside of this house. Something enormous. So large that you can't get a clear view of it. Just... with each step, it shakes the room you're in, and you... Something is out there searching for something.
I just hide and see if I can see what it is.
Make a perception check.
Da, 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 da. Oh, natural one.
Natural one. To hide and be completely out of view of what is out there means that you will not be able to get a clear look at it. So you are hiding in one area, and you look across and you see Shura hiding in another, and she's like, "It's gonna find us."
No, it won't. And I'll make a run for it to try and make it follow me.
No, Jax, stop. I can help you be stronger. But I'll need food.
I've got food. And I'll go over and have a look in my bag.
There is food in your bag.
I've got lots of food. I'll pull out some food for her.
So you pull out a handful of... Look at it. You can't quite remember what it is. But you know it's what Shura wants. It must be food. You pass it over to her, and as you do, it's hard. Hard. Something is resisting you giving this. You have to fight to pass this to Shura.
Might do so.
I can make you stronger, but I need more food.
I'll have another look. I'll keep looking.
All right. You find plenty of what it is. You know this is what she wants, but you are going to have to will yourself.
I will fight
give
to
it
give
away.
it to her. Yeah.
All right. Make a wisdom saving throw. At advantage. Ooh, 20.
For some reason, it rolled it on D&D Beyond. It was a 5 plus 3, so 20.
20.
Oh, there you go. Is it?
And an 8. I see it.
Yeah.
You grit your teeth and extend your hands, and you feel her take it from you. And as she does, something changes in your mind. You can't tell if something broke or if something was broken and has been fixed. But as this happens, the sound of the steps changes to distant thunder. And she steps out. I think it might be a little safer now. She takes your hand.
What do you think it was?
Well, we should go look.
Well, you need to stand behind me.
I'll stand behind you.
I'll go and have a look.
You step out of the door, and in the middle of the square, there's a huge bonfire that towers high into the night sky. You look up, and you can see stars shining down and the dark outline of tall treetops stretching up beyond the reach of the firelight. You look back, that cottage where you were hiding is gone. There is a forest. Jax! Jax the Imp Slayer! It's been a long time. How's my favorite little throat slitter?
Do I recognise a voice?
Stepping towards you from the fire is the unmistakable form of Getterix the Red, the hobgoblin leader of your warband from years past. He stands before you nearly 7 feet tall, with dark black hair and beard, huge pauldrons made from unicorn skulls gleaming on his shoulder, and his massive warhammer headache resting at his hip. His eyes twinkle in the firelight. Always knew you'd find your way back to us, boy. Come, have a seat by the fire. Calls of greeting ring out from the shadows, and you can see the entire band of Mercy's Ruin waving at you happily.
I look behind to see where Shora is.
Shora is just holding on your hand, and she's crouched behind you.
I'll make sure she's close. And I'll, if someone tries to sort of like back around so no one sees her.
Mm-hmm. Who's that you've got with you, Jax?
I've adopted her. She's with me.
Well, what's her name?
Shora, the Imp Slayer.
Shora, the Imp Slayer. Well, any friend of Jax's is a friend of ours. Isn't that right? And you see, stepping out from around the fire, the enormous ogre, Bonko. Friend Jax. Friend Shora.
Oh, good. Not that asshole.
He pats your head. Come, sit.
Go and find a seat.
So, as you sit down by the fire, you see the forms of the Orc brothers. You see in the distance, around the outskirts of this clearing, goblins who are not allowed to sit at the fire when the others are there, but you are being given special dispensation. You see, looking at you, a certain goblin. Very, very large red lips. Green hair in pigtails. And an inordinately large bosom. And she looks at you and just winks. That, of course, is Vatris.
Yeah.
Of course.
So, Jax, you must be hungry. Always hungry.
Oh, he said it, yeah.
He gestures. There's a large pot right next to the fire. He says, "We've got your favorite. Dire rats stewed in owlbear guts.
Oh.
Why don't you reach in there and pick yourself out a nice, juicy one?"
I do so.
Jorah grabs your hand. No, we shouldn't.
Oh, it's alright. It's dire rat. It's good for you.
Jax, it's bad.
Oh, do you think it's poisonous?
I think you shouldn't take it.
Oh, it's alright. I'm not hungry. I've got my own rats, and I'll pull a rat out.
That's a shame. The evening continues on a little bit. Jax, this'll interest you. And you see Agrax and his brothers, Sorak and Tem and Jehoff, they bring over a large chest and put it down. Found these recently. Opens it up, and it's full of little sacks. He pulls out a pinch of powder from one of them and throws it on the fire, and it sparks with a large cloud of smoke. And sitting next to it are two beautiful metal tubes with wooden stocks and a little trigger like a crossbow.
Oh, what's that?
They're called pistols, Jax. You put this in them. He puts powder into one of them. You move it like so. And then he shoots, and you see a tree branch turn into splinters as the ball that was inside the pistol flies out, strikes it. A loud noise. Help yourself, Jax.
Oh, I know. It's like magic.
Just up your alley.
I'll pick him up.
You do so, but you could tell even as you do that Shora was trying to get you to stop.
Oh, what's...
But you hold one in your hand, and it feels powerful.
Oh,
Who had the last watch?
Did we?
I don't know.
I believe I took one of the watches.
I remember saying I was on the last.
All right. So, the end of the spell, Leoman's tiny hut, is drawing nigh, and you are all beginning to stir. Typhon,
Yeah.
you wake up and look over, and you see, standing just at the very edge of Leoman's hut, Jax with the bag of holding. He's reached into it, and he has pulled out the intellector. And he is holding it in his hands, looking at it with wide, rapturous eyes.
Oh shit.
That's good, Jax. Just put the powder in there like so.
I will immediately go place a hand on his shoulder and try and shake him out of whatever's happening.
Shora's hand falls on your shoulder, Jax, and begins to shake you.
oh, what do you want it?
She's yelling, but you can't hear what she's saying. She wants to see a demonstration, Jax. Show her how strong you are, how well you can protect her. Typhon,
Wake
it
up.
seems to have had no
Wake
effect.
up, you fool. Can I try to take it away from him? I mean, what?
You
And
wish to
I'll
touch it?
wake up the other. Yeah, I mean, I know sort of what it is. I'll wake up the rest of the, the rest of the party.
Okay, you rouse the rest of the party. Everybody is aware that there is danger. And as you rouse the rest of the party, the hut begins to flicker and drops. And now you are standing next to the Harmon's Hill, and the banks of the Styx are raging below you. Jax, what do you do?
Obviously he looks at Shora, and can I determine the look in her eye?
Make an insight check.
11.
She seems excited.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
DM.
Yeah.
Falkrunn would, I'm immediately going to move. As soon as I'm woken up and seeing Jax holding this thing, I'm going to immediately moving to either, I'm going to grapple him, try to pin his arms to his side.
All right, we are going to need to roll some initiative here. So, move you all to that board.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit.
So, this, of course, is Haramon's Hill. You could see down there Lulu. Just place yourselves all sort of in this general area. This was about where you all found your place to rest. Alrighty. Everyone roll initiative.
Initiate. All right. Oh yeah, baby. All right.
Can we see the tracker?
One moment, please.
I need to refresh.
Oh, damn it, Jax.
The one time I roll high initiative.
I know. I was gonna say. I was like, come on, baby, roll me a 1.
Alrighty.
Be right there.
Whoop, that won't work.
With a crit on initiative, I get to double the initiative. Is that how that works? I think. Is that how that?
Triple.
That's right.
So I need to change that name.
It's advantageous advantage. That's right.
We'll just leave that. No, that won't work. That won't work. There we go. All right, now, at the top of the order, we have Jax.
Okay. He will try to figure out how to reload and...
You've been shown how to do it.
Okay.
Simple thing to do.
He will reload it and fire then.
You all see Jax holding onto the intellector. He takes it and just puts it onto his face. The needles on it just all impale right into his forehead, some of them going into his eyes as the tentacles grip around and form a very tight seal on the back of his head.
Fuck.
Jax, you hear Shora scream, "No! Use your strength!" And she grips onto your back, and you feel yourself growing. You begin to tower over everyone. And you hear Gedrick say, No, can't have that, dearie. We'll be taking you for ourselves. And they all begin to move on her. But between them and her is you, and you are enormous. We are going to deal with that the next time your turn comes around. Islin.
So she saw them impale into right. It's on.
It's on.
She's just gonna kind of stare dumbfounded. I don't think that she would. I don't think she would try to pry it off. I think she's just gonna.
As I recall, your passive perception is pretty low.
Oh, it's exceedingly low.
Very well. Do you take the dodge action? Do you to hold an action?
Yeah. Dodge action sounds good.
All right, dodge action.
Can we say something?
Sure.
As a character, Typhon would probably say, at this point, it's taken him as a host. We're going to need your healing soon, Falkrunn. Give it no ground to stay. I'm serious. Attack him.
Falkrunn.
Get it off somehow. You hear that thing? Get off the goblin.
All right, so Falkrunn moves up to right beside Jax.
Did you address the intellector? I'm sorry, Peter.
Yeah.
Did you address the intellector? You hear a voice in your head.
There is one here that I must consume.
It's a magic.
Need
It's a
must
magical item,
consume?
yes?
Is that what he said?
He said there's one here who I must consume.
Typhon, look at me. It's a magical item, yes?
Yes.
All right, then. And she grabs it and casts Dispel Magic.
All right, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, good. That thing I'm really... Oh, I'm going to use my inspiration on that.
It's not a touch spell, Falkrunn. Damn it. Could have done it from 60 feet away.
I don't usually Dispel Magic. Stop yelling at me. All right. So, shifting to use my inspiration. All right.
All right, I'm confused now as what else come up here. I see a 16, and I guess that second one would have been a 7?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, wait, no. So that was, you just rolled your dexterity. So dexterity save.
Yes.
So it's a 7 and a 17 with advantage. A 17 succeeds. You take 3 points of psychic damage.
Swell.
And that is all.
Wait, Dispel Magic didn't work?
Oh, no. Now I need you to roll your spellcasting ability.
Can he take the 17?
Nope. So a d20 and add your wisdom modifier.
Right.
If you just click under
And
wisdom,
your proficiency. And your proficiency? I guess your proficiency too.
Nope.
Yeah, so
nope.
Just your wisdom
Nope.
modifier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just wisdom? I thought it was my spell attack.
No, not a spell attack, just your casting modifier. So your d20 plus your wisdom modifier.
All right. And that's not my wisdom save, that's just my wisdom modifier. All right. So do that. So it'll be a 4+, so we'll do a d20.
Ooh! Natural 20 for 24. Jax, the world that you're in shatters and you begin to shrink. Falkrunn, that was definitely successful. You see the thing on the top of it sort of shudder a little bit and fall, but one needle has stuck in and it is still there.
Okay.
With your passive perception, you are aware that figures are forming around you. You see an ogre. You see 4 orcs. You see a hobgoblin. Enormous, long black hair, wearing pauldrons made of unicorn skulls. He has a warhammer at his side. And you look up and you can see in the trees on either side of you are goblins. One of them looks particularly
red.
Randy. We will roll initiative for them.
I was like, again?
Oh, for that. Got it.
All right, so DM, so this thing is so there's still one needle attached to Jax from this apparatus.
Yes.
Okay. And it's, all right. Is there any way I can use my bonus action to sort of try to pull it off of him? Because my objective is to rip it and throw it away from him.
Sure.
All right. What would you have me do?
Just a second here. Make sure I get all these up here.
I mean, you can miss a few. It's fine.
All right. You can rip it off. I will let that just be an interact with object.
Fantastic. I do that. I rip it and toss it over here as best I can. So.
Into the fire.
Oh yeah.
You just toss it over to the. Where do you toss it? There's nothing restricting you from tossing it anywhere.
Yeah, fuck that. I toss it into the river.
No.
Into the river it goes.
Into the river it goes.
Lost forever. All right. Anything else, Falkrunn?
No, that is me and all of my tricks. And
right.
now all of my new friends.
As you throw that into the river, Jax falls unconscious. Jax, you are at 0 hit points. You are dying. You are unconscious and you are prone. So that is Falkrunn done.
Mm-hmm.
Persephone.
So, should I be able to see? Oh, I'm sorry. Nope, I just didn't move my map over. Wow, super smart. All right. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on
Alrighty. Those are dex saves, right?
correct.
All right. I have a 11 21, 14, and a 21.
The 21s succeed, and the
You're
others are lit up.
That 21, yeah, okay. The others are lit up very well. So we're going to do this for Fairy Fire.
I have a question about the
Mhm.
feat that I took, because I've never had this feat before. So the defensive duelist feat, it's a
Mhm.
reaction
It is
to
a reaction.
add, and so do I need to declare that I'm going to use it before I'm hit, or
No.
Okay,
No, I roll to hit you. I tell you what AC I hit. If it could be affected by your reaction, then you go ahead and use it.
great, cool, thank you.
No problem. It's essentially what Please Allow Me does for you.
Cool, that's kind of what I thought, but I wanted to make sure.
All right, I skipped the Goblin Boss. So the Goblin Boss is going to take its turn now. It shoots with a short bow. Hitting AC 14 on Persephone.
It does not hit.
Alrighty. It shoots again. Hitting AC 9.
Miss.
All right. That's
Dang.
going to bring us to Jax, Eastland.
Eastland's on there
Falkrunn's
twice.
gone. Eastland's on there
So
twice.
please delete the 20 and skip the 16 since I've already dodged. I
Okay.
don't know why that happened.
Goblin, Falkrunn, Persephone, Eastland. So you've already gone. So you will go at 16.
Silas
Yeah,
is
next
gone.
turn.
Next turn.
Yep.
The Interlector is lost. Typhon.
Sorry, Typhon.
Right. Oh, we'll talk about this later.
Legendary item.
Yep.
Oops.
Yeah, I'm still feel like I need to get a sense of what's going on here. I'm gonna move up to here. I'm going to cast Major Armor on myself.
Mage Armor is up.
And that's gonna be yeah, if I were to move here, would I have a little cover below from these at least?
Yes.
Okay.
Silas, is it all right if we put you there towards the end of the initiative? Okay. I'm going to do that.
And that's me done.
Alrighty. I'm going to put you right after Lulu, the 7. Okay. So doot. All right. High Goblin Warlord.
Oh god, I didn't even see the ones up the top.
He raises his hammer. For the mercy's ruin! And you hear all of the forces around him just... And they seem to be empowered by something. The goblins attack. So, we've got a bunch of arrows coming at Persephone and Eastland. 23. 7 points of piercing.
That disadvantage on me.
Okay. That is going to be a 14 on Persephone.
Miss.
Okay. Here we go. So 13 on Persephone.
Miss.
All right. So the only one that hit was the 23 with 7 points of piercing. The others all attack Eastland at disadvantage, apparently. 7.
Miss.
13.
Miss.
21. No, excuse me. 11.
Oh, good, miss.
11. Miss. Okay. That is them done. Persephone, on the one that hit you, just double check something here.
Yep.
Okay, you take an extra 12 points of damage.
Do I
Not
know
12,
why?
that's too light. That is incorrect. Forget that. Sorry, I misread. Okay. I've got it now, though. So let's see here.
Before we go away, can I ask one more question about my
Sure thing.
I'm assuming I can't stack. Please allow me with...
You cannot. You can only use the one reaction. Would a 15 hit you, Eastlyn?
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. No, it would not.
No, it would not. All right. Never mind then. That is the goblin's done. Ogre's turn. The ogre steps forward. He's got a large chain wrapped around his shoulders and his upper body. He pulls it out. Banco! Crush you! He's got reach with his chain. And out it comes to attack Persephone.
So glad I got this new defense stuff.
He's
hitting AC 22.
What's the reach on the chain?
10. Did I not move close enough?
Nope.
Neither of my...
Oh, there you go. Sorry, there.
Oh, okay. I was like...
Neither one hits. So, it hits. You take 16 points of bludgeoning as this chain blasts into the side of your head. Lulu's turn. Lulu flies up and shoots forth her blast. I'm not going to put it up there. It will definitely hit all of them. They all need to make dex saves. Fail. Fail. Succeed. So, that is... Well, I should roll damage. Okay. This goblin dies. This goblin dies. This goblin saves, but dies anyway. And then Lulu comes back and says, Persephone, be careful! As she hovers right there. Orcs go. All right. They're able to move very, very fast on their first opening attack. They all rush forward. For mercy's ruin! They come running in. One runs behind you, Persephone. One runs next to you. This one runs here next to the ogre. This one runs next to Eastland there. Silas, you need to put yourself on the board. You're in the water.
Yes, I just put myself over there because I wasn't sure where you wanted me to be, DM.
It's up to you. Wherever you think would have been most likely, I can move the orcs back. Wherever you think would have been most likely for you
I'd
to
be
have
in the
been.
middle of everyone, but
sure,
I'll just be right there in the water.
Be right there in the water. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Groovy.
Is that an aura on you?
Yes, indeed it is.
Yes, it is.
I have leveled up as a paladin.
Hooray! So
Awesome.
to there, to there, to there. Okay, so against Eastland with a great axe at disadvantage, I have 10.
Yes.
The other one attacks disadvantage with a 15. He gets to roll a d4 because of the war cry of the hobgoblin.
I think Silas gets an attack.
So it's actually 18.
That will hit.
Does Silas?
It's got 10.
Silas,
for reach,
do you have pole weapon master?
Oh, is it pole weapon? I don't know.
So no. So then the one attacks Persephone, 24, 5 points of slashing.
Right.
And one attacks Silas, 18. 18 hits, 13 points of slashing.
I
That
never
is the
got
orcs.
damage from you, Sean.
I didn't? You
Nope.
didn't get damage from me? Oh, okay.
0.
So this was the... Got it. 6 points of slashing.
Thank you.
Silas, it is your turn.
Okay, so taking stock of the situation, feeling as though I've just come out of a dreamlike state where I wasn't fully present. I can see that there are currently 2 creatures in front of me, humanoid, threatening, and then 2 others, and then a much larger one. I'm going to attack the one direct. I noticed that Jax is having a hard time. Can you help me to understand?
He is unconscious, dying, and prone.
unconscious, dying, and prone. Jeez, Jax. Is he freshly dying, or really dying for some time? And
So
I was unaware?
on Falkrunn's turn, Falkrunn ripped the intellector off of his face, which had snuck onto it, and that act reduced him to 0 hit points, and he's now dying.
Okay. Then I'm going to attack Orange, the creature, which is that a hobgoblin? Is that an orc?
It is an
What
orc.
An orc. The orc, which is directly adjacent to Jax.
Mhm.
I'm going to attack him with melee attack, glaive, rolling some kind of dice. 19 to hit,
19 is a hit.
and 7 damage. What does that appear to do? Does that appear to even hurt him, wound him at all?
As your blade passes through him, you see a wound appear in exactly the same way that you would expect it to, but instead of blood and flesh, there is more of a sort of a shimmery, ephemeral quality to it. Almost like the few times that you fought illusions. This is very similar to that, although the act of hitting it where you would expect, oh, this will now it'll all fade like an illusion. It does not. It stays present.
That's unfortunate. Not a whole. You know what?
How much damage did you do, Silas?
7 points of slashing magic damage.
Got it.
I am going to, as a bonus action, cast a spell which requires a bonus action.
That
And
spell is
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
I'm going to be casting that on Jax,
All right,
such that anyone that tries to attack him must make a Wisdom saving throw.
got it.
And that's it. All done.
Okay, Silas. Jax, I need a death saving throw.
Trying to. Is there a button to do it on thingy?
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
Is that it?
Yep.
Oh, foul.
Ooh, Jax. Here you are in the clearing. Can you put yourself on the board? Shora is here. You are enormous. You have grown to a gargantuan size. Here we go. Put you right here like that. You may make 3 attacks.
Oh, okay. I will attack the orc above me.
It is hit and destroyed.
And then the 2 next to me. If it will let me. There we go. 15 and 20.
Both of those hit. They are both destroyed. Shora crouches down, and you see a shimmering bubble of blue energy appear around her. Everything else converges on her and begins pounding against it. Not all of them can get there, but they are all trying to. Some of them run under your legs. They're ignoring you completely, Jax, as they all just move through each other in a couple of cases, as if they're just passing right through. They're not flesh and blood. They all surround Shora and begin pounding on this shield, and you see it beginning to crack. That is what happens there. Back to Haruman's Hill. It is now the top of the order with the Goblin Boss. Goblin Boss shoots. He sees someone who looks like a wizard. However, I think... Just double check here. Yep, that's too far. So he's going to shoot at He's going to shoot at Persephone. Missing big time. 4 and an 8. Shoots again. $11 and a 13.
Miss and miss.
Rolls a d4. That is a 17.
I'm gonna use my reaction.
All right.
It misses.
It misses. So this is a defensive duelist?
Correct.
Very good. Falkrunn.
All right. Falkrunn is going to go ahead and step. I'm gonna step here to attack that Gobbo. But before she does that, she's gonna go ahead and cast Healing Word on Jax. And so, as he is lying there prone, she, with 8 points of magical heals, says, "Get up, goblin." And then she's gonna draw Quietus and swing away on that orc that's in front of her.
All right. Jax, you are no longer dying, but you are still unconscious and prone.
She swings and hits 26.
That's a hit.
That is a hit. That'll do 10 slashing radiant.
That orc is slain by Quietus.
All right.
Again, as the blow falls, you expect the familiar black blood to go gushing out, but it doesn't. It's light and sort of a blue energy. However, it behaves in much the same way that blood would, and the orc falls as if wounded. But as it hits the ground, it disappears.
It's not real?
Persephone.
Can you ping the one that just disappeared?
Yes, it's orange.
Okay. I'm going to attack with my rapier. Big guy over here.
Okay.
$12.
12 hits.
Oh, wow.
Ogre's AC are famously low.
9 piercing.
9 piercing.
And then again.
18 hits.
For 8 piercing.
8 piercing.
And here comes everybody's favorite dagger.
Everybody's favorite.
There's a freaking
The
crit. What is
8
wrong
points of
with stupid dagger?
a fantastic
No.
turn for Persephone.
That is a magnificent dagger. Ugh.
I love it.
Okay, is that you done?
Yes. To be clear, the dagger damage was not magical.
That's good. That's fine. Before Islin's turn, Typhon, you hear a voice in your head.
Save me, and I will teach you spells.
Islin.
All right, I'm glad I had this plan beforehand, so it doesn't look like I'm metaing. I'm going to disengage, and I'm going to come back and stand near Typhon, and with my action, I am going to conjure my Hellfire Longbow, which I can't attack with this turn. But,
Correct.
But that is going to be my action too.
All right. Typhon.
Interesting. What could I possibly do?
Think about it. Boom, 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 pure energy.
I'm sure you can put your finger on it.
Let's see. All right, so Big Ogre's outside. Half of its body's outside the aura, right?
Correct.
All right. I'll look to him and say, I know of a very powerful item just in that little normal river over there. I'm sure your boss would be very happy to have it. I suggest you grab it for him.
This is going to be a wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
I got an 8.
All right.
Famously low wisdom saving throws as well.
Does this happen immediately? Doesn't look like it does.
No, and also, so Jax didn't wake up, right,
did not.
from the healing word. So I will say to the party, they say, Falkrunn, look, he didn't wake from your healing. His fate may be dependent on this thing that you just cast into the river. We need to figure this out, not just destroy it.
All right, Typhon, is that you done?
That's it.
The warlord comes charging up. Let's see here. All right. Bum. Let me double check here. Right. He double moves to here. That is his turn. The goblins go. These three here all shoot at Persephone.
Testing out my new digs.
I've got a 7,
Fail.
an 18.
I'll use. I can't. Is it a new
You
turn?
only get one reaction per turn. I believe you used that on the orcs attack on you, right?
Yes. So
that would have been this turn. So you have yet to have a turn since then, I believe.
And it's still a reaction to do. Please allow me.
Yes.
Okay, then that hits.
All right, 18. 4 points of piercing. One more. I see a 15, but he's going to roll his d4. So 17.
Yep.
3 points of piercing.
They're being nice goblins,
Yeesh.
not bonus action hiding from us.
That's a good point, Typhon. Although they're about to die ananyway.
Yeah.
So
Kill them
it's
all.
that's all well.
I won't
so that
mention
is
the other
goblins.
thing that goblins get as well then.
The sneak attack damage?
No, I was saying they're rogues. Fury of the Small, yeah.
No, they don't. The goblin mobs do not actually get Fury of the Small.
Oh, wow, okay.
But they can take the hide action as a bonus action. I would have them do it, except they're all about to die. So the ogre attacks you again, Persephone.
Does he? He's under suggestion, isn't he?
Oh no, he can't. Right. So he moves through his allies and to here. That's going to be an attack of opportunity from Persephone, although you have already used reaction, so no.
Right.
And he moves to here, so he doesn't move out of your line of sight, Silas, but and he's looking down. He is going to make a perception to see if he could see what it is you're talking about. That's a natural 20, which is adjusted to an 18, but he sees his quarry. And looks like he is going to try and grapple it with his chain, although he's already used his action, so he can't do that this turn. Lulu's turn. Lulu flies up, gets an attack of opportunity from this orc, which hits her. She takes some damage.
I'm gonna kill you.
Pale pink blood rains down over the battlefield as she climbs up and... Oh, that was terrible. Once again, the blast comes out. These are the ones that are
Very
fired.
fired. Yeah.
Doesn't make a difference for a breath weapon, but...
I chose the wrong group to fairy fire.
So I've got a bunch of successful saves, but if she rolls high enough, it's not going to matter. Math. Okay. They all were very heavily damaged by that, but they are still up. Especially the one in the back here, who seems to be a bit hardier than the others. That is Lulu done. Ooh, Silas, you're out of order. I guess, why don't you go ahead and take your turn now?
Sure.
Which would
just
be
as
right,
part of my
actually.
turn, new ability, this game for the first time, Aura of Protection grants allies within 10 feet of me advantage or something on their saving throws. That would have extended to Jax's death save. He failed it, but
Does it matter since he's not dying anymore?
He's healed.
It does
Okay.
actually matter. Jax, would you
because he
remake a
would be
death save?
up, right?
No, it has
Or
to
not?
do with what he's experiencing.
Okay.
All right, that is a success. Interesting. Okay.
And could you enable the aura so we can see it?
Well, it actually would have been a +3 bonus. I'm sorry, I was just reading it. So he had rolled an 8, which would have made it an 11. And it's 10 feet, Typhon. I've got my icon lit up, but apparently
I can
everybody
make
else
it so
can't see
everybody
that.
can
I
see it.
apologize. Sorry to take my turn to get all the mechanics back in place.
That's
but,
all right.
So
coming
if
out
we're
of the dream
in,
state.
if we're in your aura, we get advantage on saving throws.
No,
That's
you get
plus 3
to
bonus
your
to saving throws.
saving throws.
Yeah.
Can everybody see this now?
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Great.
It's a
So definitely keep
well-chosen
that in,
aura.
definitely keep that in mind.
So it would have been 11.
Silas, it is still your turn.
Okay. Then I'm going to attack the creature right below me.
Mm-hmm.
Going to use the glaive to attack, swinging Melanian. Trying to. Yep, there we go. With only a 12 to hit.
12 does not hit. He's not wearing very good armor, but he is wearing armor nonetheless.
And because I do have extra attack, which I didn't take last time, but I will this time, a 14 to hit.
14 does hit.
That's 7 points of slashing damage.
Mhm.
So Jax is now not in threat of dying.
Correct.
Does he look well, or does he?
He looks unconscious.
Did I still took the
Unconscious.
healing and stuff, yeah?
Yeah, you've got the healing. You've got more than
Yeah.
0 hit points. You're just unconscious.
Okay. Has anyone else taken hits
Persephone.
of significance?
Oh yes.
Okay. I'm seeing that you have a full green bar on your health, so I apologize.
Where am I?
The icons are not actually attached to D&D Beyond, so in order to adjust your hit points on the thing, you actually have to click on your icon and physically adjust them. But there is now a green bar which allows people to see where you are without having to ask how many hit points you have left. Yeah.
So if you double click your own icon, it should pop up token settings, and the first one has a green bar. And if you put your current HP / your total HP, like you should be able to see mine right now, as an example, if you zoom in on me.
I should have done it.
Seems to have worked.
Yes. Okay, I can see it clearly now. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I can see that she also has 2 different assailants around her. So bonus action, I'm going to cast over her. Bonus action. Shield of Faith. She starts radiating with a +2 bonus to AC.
That means
Shield
sanctuary.
of Faith.
Now, does that stack?
Yes.
Cool. And how long does that last?
As long as Silas has concentration up.
Heck yeah, thanks, man.
So just
Wow.
know that your AC is adjusted by 2. And then I'm going to actually step forward so that I'm between that one creature highlighted in red and Persephone as well.
Got
and
it.
I'm going to complete my turn. Thanks, guys, for bearing with
No
me on
problem.
mechanics.
This orc moves to here and attacks Jax.
Still got Sanctuary on.
Ooh, so he has to make a will saving throw?
Yes, a wisdom saving.
Wisdom saving throw? Damn it.
Didn't make a big deal. Come on, DC 15. Wait, is it DC 15? It's up there in the casting.
All right. He uses his bless and succeeds. So he is able to attack Jax. It is an advantage. Swings down with his great axe. He hits with 18. That attack puts you back into dying. So on your turn, you will need to make with death saves.
Okay.
The red orc attacks Silas, hitting. So with the +1 for flanking, nope, not flanking. Never mind. 16 misses. The green one attacks. The green one already attacked. Sorry. Blue one attacks Persephone. AC 19. That's a lot of missing. Sorry. AC 19. AC 11.
Oh yes, that misses.
AC 11. Sorry about that. Okay. I think that's all of them. Good. Jax, death saving throw, please.
Dun, dun,
The
dun,
+3.
Is it going to do it? 15.
15. All right. Moving over to the other map. You see the blue energy that was around shore that had begun to crack actually is much stronger. And as you make this death save, it expands a bit more, and you see these creatures become consumed by it and die. But the others come forward, and they all begin banging on it. Jax, you have 3 attacks to make.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to do this as at advantage, so then that'll be 2 of the attacks.
Okay.
22 and 15. I'm going to hit the ogre first.
Ogre first.
And then the last one is a 19.
Both of those hit.
And gets a movement. Can I move into space, pushing them out of the way?
There's a lot of creatures around there. I love the idea of you just moving in and just stomping on them, but because of your attacks, because making attacks on the 6 seconds were spent with you making attacks on the ogre. You can move anywhere around the battlefield you want, but you cannot move onto the enemy space.
Okay.
So
I hit 3.
So what's the total damage?
Oh, you want me to roll damage? You didn't want me to roll last time.
There was no way they could have survived.
Oh, okay.
I'm adding to your damage. With your new size.
I'm rolling. Oh, hang on, yeah. Was just 9 damage without the sneak, or have I got a sneak?
Okay. I got it. 9 damage. Okay. Total? Okay. No.
If I get sneak attack, then
you don't get
it's 20.
Sneak attack.
Yeah. 11.
Okay.
And 10.
Right, so
30
you
damage.
wield needle, which is the size of a great sword now, except it still is proportionally a dagger in your hand, and you just relishing the fact that you're larger than everything around you. Finally, for the first time in your life, and you just bring this down 3 times on the ogre, and each time you carve off another chunk of banco, and he looks up and you're like, "Ah! Be crushed, little girl!" He is still up, but he is not looking good. They all begin to continue to attack this shield around Shora, but it is holding. Falkrunn.
On the other map.
We'll put you back on the other map.
Awesome sauce. So, Falkrunn moves forward over Jax, so that's 10, and then puts herself here in between him and the orc. She's gonna swing on green.
Okay.
With Quietus.
That's a hit.
Alrighty. And the damage is 10 slashing.
Very good.
He's still up?
Yes.
Fantastic. I'm going to use my one of my new features, and I'm going to do a Divine Strike. So I get to add an extra D8 radiant damage to this. So I'll just roll the D8. And
I was going to say, you get that every attack. You know that, yeah?
I get it once per turn. But
yeah. Once per turn. Yeah.
That's 15 now.
15. He crumples under your attack.
Excellent.
And disappears.
All right. And then
there's
again,
no body that remains.
Again, Falkrunn turns and says, Jax, come back. You have to get up. And does healing word.
All right, Jax, you are no longer dying, but you are still unconscious and prone.
Did that go through? Yeah, it did. All right, so you now have, 11. Good job, me.
Who casts Sanctuary on Jax?
Silas.
Silas. So you are concentrating. Is that a concentration
Not
spell?
concentration. That's what I thought it was, but it's not.
Got it.
Oh, it's not. Thank God.
Cool. All right, Falkrunn, that's you done. Goblin boss. Shoots at Persephone. Hitting AC 17. I'm going to go ahead and roll my bless on that. So 20?
17. I'm going to use Please Allow Me.
All right. Please Allow Me has been used. And... oh, that one came a little bit close. And you deflect the blade. The arrow. So that is the Goblin boss's first turn done. It attacks again. Missing.
Whew.
Persephone, your turn.
Can you ping the Goblin boss? I think I'm a little confused which one he is.
Sure. The Goblin boss is here.
Oh, he's shooting at me. That's why.
Yes.
All right. I'm just gonna keep attacking blue here. Get rid of that guy. Hopefully. 20 with 9 magical
That
pierce.
is a hit.
He's still up.
He is. This is the first damage he's taken.
Oh. Gain 24 with 8.
That'll do it.
Bye.
With 2 deft strokes of your rapier, you create a spark of blue light as he disappears.
And the guy. Okay, so there's. This is the only monster near Jax.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then I'm gonna move into his space and use my dagger to go at whoever that is. 21.
All right, 21 is a hit. However, he uses his reaction to parry, and you miss.
And then I'm kind of surprised that my dagger doesn't talk back to me. And then I go, oh yeah, that's right.
Eastland.
Just kidding. With her Hellfire Longbow conjured, have I heard anything that Typhon has been saying to the ogre?
I do not. Well,
He
I
yelled
believe
it out. It was
suggestion.
like, yeah.
Suggestion does require the verbal component.
Okay. All right. She will not thwart that. I'm not happy about that, but she won't. Okay. I will shoot the creature that Persephone is facing.
Very good.
Attack number 1 is a 23.
That beats his armor class, and he doesn't have a reaction.
That is
so,
9.
9 points.
And I get a second attack now.
Oh, it wasn't a natural one. It's an 11.
19?
A 19 does not hit. Deflects off of his shield.
Well, poop. That's the end of my turn.
Typhon.
Based on the ogre's reaction, can I see where this thing is floating in the river? Or...
Not from where you currently are.
Gotcha. Oh man. Well,
The ogre
a thing.
seemed to have seen it somewhere around here.
Oh, okay. Well, if I step to here, is it
Make a perception
obvious,
check.
or would it require an action, or is this?
Require an action.
Okay. Instead of that, Do we know? I don't remember if we've talked about how the river Styx affects different denizens of different planes. Have we mentioned?
I don't
that
believe
at
that
all?
has come up.
Okay. Never mind then. I'll just have him keep doing his thing. And I will just attack the boss, I guess. With a chill touch. 25 to hit.
That is a hit.
We'll do 11 points of necrotic damage to him.
Very good. As you see, he's just deflected an arrow from Eastland, but then the dark effects of your spell begin to creep over its armor, sort of looking like little tendrils and little hands, sort of grasping and clawing and crawling like spiders down his neck. Anything else, Typhon?
Nope.
All right, the Hobgoblin Warlord. Right then, Missy. Let's see how good you really are. And he brings out his hammer and begins to beat on you.
So that's the close one, not the...
Yes, this is the one right in front of you here.
She's gonna beat that idiot in a minute.
She gonna.
All right, I've got it, miss. A crit.
Uh-oh.
That hits. A little bit.
All right, that's going to be 18 points of slashing damage. And he chooses to use martial advantage, which is another 46 on top of that.
Oh, fuck.
13 additional slashing damage.
14, then 13.
Yes.
I thought you said 46 on top of that. I was like,
And he has one more attack.
She's down.
She's down. This attack comes down, hitting AC 22, an automatic crit. You lose 2 death saves.
Oh my god, you guys.
You are dying, unconscious, and prone. The ogre tries to. What do you? Moving very slowly around the battlefield. He moves there. He's out of your attack range, Falkrunn, if you want to take an attack of opportunity. He walked right by you. He didn't even look at you.
Typhon, do I want to hit this guy?
Maybe the key to saving Jax. I don't know. I would hit the one that just downed Persephone.
Persephone's down? Oh, son of a...
And he makes an attack with his chain. That beats the DC that I set. 24 beats the 20. The chain digs into the side of the bank, and Typhon, you look down and you see a little thing that's just hanging by one tentacle off the dirt here, just dangling over the river, and it reaches out and grabs the chain and begins to crawl up it.
Yay, evil Squidward is saved.
The goblins go. They are not going to shoot at Persephone anymore. They're going to shoot at Silas. Miss. 21?
Hit.
21 hits. 4 points of piercing.
Yeah. 4 points of piercing.
Lulu screams, "No! Persephone! You stay away from here!" She comes down and butts into the hobgoblin.
Does her little melee attack?
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
She doesn't pierce his armor, but that is her turn. Silas?
Right, so the first thing we're going to attack the creature directly to my left, which is highlighted in red. Going to be doing glaive attack for that.
Okay.
That is a 26 to hit.
26 is a hit.
10 points of magic damage on him. I think he'd already
This is on
hit.
red?
Yes.
That is one dead orc as he
There
just
you
sort
go.
of disappears into light and motes of sparkling energy.
Still having an attack left, I'm going to move up and attack this. What did you say he was? Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin.
Ward dead person. What's the rule for flanking at this table?
If you are directly opposite an ally, you have a +1 to your attack.
I will just go ahead and do that.
Well, Persephone's down.
Try
If
to
you do it-
Persephone
draw
is-
him
is- yeah.
away
yeah,
But
do
it could be Lulu.
Yeah, do it there.
from. Okay. She was engaged with Persephone. I mean, he was engaged with Persephone.
Yeah, but now that
Still in
she's
the
no
turn.
longer a threat, it doesn't count.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but
Okay.
use Lulu.
I'll stop there. I'll flank with Lulu. And I'm going to roll with precision on that.
Okay.
So,
So you have a 16 currently.
and what is that, a D4? A D8. So we just hit that. Please go high.
Ooh.
7. So that is a 22.
That
Two hits.
is a hit.
And I'm just going to go ahead and smite him.
Okay.
So first hit, boom. I'm sorry, that just the damage on that. Or the damage was already rolled, but it's the same. So it would be an 8 damage.
Mhm.
But then hooking a smite onto it, I'm actually going to do a higher level smite.
Can you smite me?
No, that's not very good, but it's radiant at least.
Another 6 points of damage.
Another 6 points of radiant damage. And he is shedding dim light in a 5-foot radius and cannot become invisible.
Got it.
Ooh.
And
I
that is
do believe-
radiant, so I don't know if that does any extra damage since we're.
No, it's
kinda
always
still
always
out.
good to mention it. It did not appear to do any extra damage the way you would have expected it against a fiend or undead.
And I'm just gonna have to go ahead because, as I understand it, Persephone's down, and that's no good whatsoever. So this sucks, but I'm going to action surge and try to hit him again with an attack. I'm going to try to roll. Yep, it rolled. Just a 10. I'm going to let that one go, but I'm going to do my extra attack on my surge. Rolling a 21 to hit. And
That is a hit.
Okay, then that will be 4 points of damage. And I just really need to take this guy out because people are falling left and right. So I'm going to put another smite on that. This one will be.
Paladins, man.
I mean, I gotta finally use smites, right?
Right?
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
And everything you were cool with everything that's happened so far.
Hey, I'm trying to do my stuff here. So that is a searing smite.
Aren't those spells that you
Oh, so-
use on a bonus action?
Yeah.
The
Mm,
branding and searing smite?
Yeah.
Oh, is that a? Yeah, that is one.
Divine
So I
Smite
can't do
is
that
what I
one.
thought you
So-
were using.
Yeah, I'll do the divine smite. So I apologize.
okay.
You're right, Peter. Clicked on the wrong smite. Some of the smites are easier to find. On the
Hey,
character
it's hard to
sheet.
get it smite sometimes.
You want to just go with that damage and just say that the extra effects are not done?
No, it's
It probably gets better damage because it's
different.
D8s.
Yeah, it's better damage.
All right.
So sorry about that.
Yeah,
Do
there you
a 10 instead of 6.
All right. So roll another one because you're also doing that instead of the.
Well, am I? Sure.
Ooh.
Good. 8.
All right. So I'll subtract what was done before, and then I will add 18. Right?
You'll
sounds right.
subtract 6,
Subtract 6.
but then add 18.
So
That's if you had applied the smite.
I had.
Okay. So he's down now, right? He's dead.
No.
Then I'm going
Valiant
to
effort, though.
stay right there. I'm trying here.
Did you
Hey,
smite on both of your attacks, yeah?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That should be an extra D8 then.
No, he did it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did.
That's what that crit is there at the bottom. Although I don't know why
No,
you
he's
got
smiting
10 on the other one.
Both, didn't he?
Oh, so you did 2d8 on the. Why did you do 2d8 on the first one?
It's the first level smite.
The divine smite is 2d8.
Yeah.
So then why did the second divine smite only do 1d8?
That's what I mean. He owes another D8.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of them was a branding smite.
Yeah, but you can't. That's your bonus action, isn't it?
There was my bonus action, my first attack. Divine
Oh.
Smite is not a bonus action.
Got it.
Right.
Okay. I got it now. The hit point total is now correct.
Yay.
Okay. That is Silas's turn. I believe all the orcs are dead,
Yep.
which will bring us to Jax. Jax, you are no longer dying, but you are still unconscious. I'm going to move you over to your special little page.
Meanwhile, in Jack's land.
So, again, they all begin to
It's nasty over there.
They
He's in a
begin
bad
to
way.
beat on Shortest thing. However, it seems to be holding. So make your 3 attacks.
Oh, okay. First one, obviously, at the ogre. Only 11. Oh, my just
11 is its AC.
Yes.
And
9 damage.
Dead.
Okay. The next one's a 15 to hit.
Which one?
And
Which
a
one?
14 to hit. The orc in front of me.
Okay, the orc in front of you that... Oh, wait, no. That does hit.
Yeah.
How much damage?
9.
9 is... Wait. It goes down.
Okay, and then 9 damage on...
On which one?
on that one there.
Okay. Well, that kills it. Goblins only have 7.
And then
And
I
that
will
is all your
move-
attacks, right?
Move to stand over her.
All right, I'm going to... All right, so standing over her, that is Jax's turn. We're going to go back to the other board with Falkrunn.
Huzzah! All right, Falkrunn's like, if people could just stop dying on me. And so she moves 5, 10 to get up to there. Yeah, that'll work. And then she is going to... Oh, 7 hells.
9 hells, actually. 7 hells is George R. R. Martin.
I know.
Completely different.
No, this is that
Now we
bad.
owe his estate something.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I am going to... I want to do good things. So... Persephone... I'm going to go ahead and use my... words, Ryan. Channel Divinity. And hit Preserve Life. So that's going to bring you back up with... I can restore up to 40 HP, up to half of your life. So...
Awesome.
So what
Me
is-
as well.
What is half?
I can't see my hit points because they're death saves, but I guess I could take those away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that get me as well?
Well, he casts it. He gets to decide who
Oh.
gets it. So
Yeah,
Well, you can spread it around people.
I can spread it around. That's true. But
Yeah, give it to Persephone.
Sorry, I can't make the death save icon go away.
Oh, you got to click on it and then just change it, the hit point to 1 or something. And then you can change it again after.
So 29 I can take from you.
okay, awesome. Then you get 29 HP, and then the remaining math 11.
Dun, dun, dun.
Remaining
That is
11?
correct.
Okay, cool. They go to who's lower? Is it Silas or Jax?
Don't
It's
think
Jack.
Silas can. It's only if
Jack.
you're below half.
is nobody
isn't it?
giving you guys like advantage and healing potions and stuff? Oh, jeez.
She went to bed.
Sure it
Sure
does.
is. All right, so then and then 11 goes back to Jax. So he's
Because you can only give it to people that are below half, right?
well, you can only get up to half for your healings. So like I can heal you up to half of your HP.
Oh, okay.
Unlike paladins who can just lay on hands and slap you for like as much HP as they want.
So 11
Healing slap.
God heals. All right, so all right, so that's my action, and then for my bonus action, here comes Steve.
Knew it.
Yeah. Say the favorite hammer of the hour. All right, so I call out for my spiritual weapon, Steve, and let me go ahead and pull him from the.
I got it.
You got it.
Yep.
So fancy, thank you. Oof. God, but that's not good enough. Steve's going to come in. I'm going to put him flanking me with the hobgoblin, but I imagine a 12 is not going to hit him.
It is not.
Because he's a hobgoblin. He's a jerk. And then that is me.
All right, Falkrunn. Goblin boss. He is going to shoot at Silas.
Which fellow is this?
This is the goblin that looks slightly different than the other one that
Up
does
in the
not
tree?
have does not have a coded thing. So AC 21,
That's a hit.
4 points of piercing. Hits again. AC 16, I believe, is a miss.
That's a miss.
That is him done. Persephone, you are prone.
All right, I'm definitely going to get back up and kick his butt.
Rick 'em, Rick. Punch that goblin.
11. That's
11 does not hit.
Again?
10 does not hit.
10. Come on.
Your dagger is going to hit.
Dagger of Death.
Come on, dagger. Come on, dagger.
Well, he hit me for so many. I think I'm gonna take a healing potion.
On a bonus action. Yep.
Yeah.
You got it.
Then that's me.
Eastlin.
All right, they seem to have Hobgoblin King pretty well underway. I'm gonna start picking off those bastards up there on the hill.
There you go.
Attack number 1 will be against the captain.
That is a hit.
18.
Although he uses his ability to pull another goblin in front, which dies from your hit. It only has 1 hit point.
Fair enough. I'll do it again.
15 does not hit.
Ah, son of a bitch. That's the end of my turn.
Typhon.
That
All
is
right.
a fantastic goblin ability.
I'm gonna see if I can cause him some pain too. There's not much going, so repeat the chill touch. Come in at a 22 to hit
That's a hit.
for max damage, 16 necrotic.
He does not like that. Two, 3 minus. Got it. All right. Anything else from you, Typhon?
Nope.
You see scurrying up right at your feet the Intellector. And he begins to make its way over to Jax. Hobgoblin Warlord.
Can I like step on its head when it tries to go past?
Not unless you... No, that would be considered an attack.
Well,
already used your
does it
action.
provoke an attack of opportunity by scurrying past my feet?
Do you have a melee weapon equipped?
My foot! I'm kidding. It's fine. We can go on.
All right. All right.
Was it a scalpel or something?
All right. Looks at you, Silas. All right. Reaches out with his shield, bashes you. I need a strength saving throw.
Revving up.
21.
21 is a success. You take 7 points of bludgeoning, but you are not knocked back. He tries again. Hitting AC 28. I need a strength saving throw.
Am I trying to beat that?
No.
Oh,
A 1.
All right.
So I
1. You are pushed back 5 feet, and you take 5 points of bludgeoning. He steps here. He attacks one final time with his shield. Hitting AC 20. DC, I need a strength save.
coming. 15.
Does not succeed.
15 plus your.
It gets factored in already.
Oh.
You're
Maybe.
pushed to
I don't know.
there. and he moves here. Persephone, you may take an attack of opportunity, as may Lulu.
Oh, she's taking it.
Was there damage on that little push?
Yeah, the last push was 7 points of bludgeoning.
7 points, sorry.
Oh, she hits because technically she would have been flanking. So she does 1 point of piercing damage with her tusks.
And he dies.
You get him, Lulu.
He's dead. Yay! How does she do this?
Wait, seriously? She killed him?
No,
No.
she has
That would-
moved to here.
That would have been amazing.
That would have been amazing.
She rolled a 19 with the flanking. She hits.
I missed.
Oh, you missed Persephone. Okay.
What about Steve? Steve gets to roll, right?
Oh, Steve does not get an attack of opportunity.
Monster.
The ogre watches the Electro walk by.
Oh God, no!
Picks it up. The Electro
Oh
comes out
my
of his
God.
face and just begins to pierce into him.
You know what? I prefer that over Jax, but this could be bad.
Goblin goes.
This has got
Just
to
a
be
second here.
This is gonna be one of the weirder fights I think we've been.
It's a weird one.
I love it.
You see the ogre's eyes roll up in the back of its head, and it falls to its knees, and then rolls off the side of the bank and begins to plunge into the river. And as it does, the Elector detaches and lands on the ground next to it. Goblins go. All right, so they're going to shoot at Persephone again. Right there in the middle of things, 22.
Because I'm short, is that why they're not shooting at me? Is that what it is?
She's just closer.
Yeah.
3 points of piercing. That's a miss, and that's a natural 1. So that is them done. Lulu continues to attack the hobgoblin. She misses. Silas, it is your turn.
Of course. If only somebody had a thunder wave or something right now, that would be really convenient. I'm just going to. Now, did Falkrunn just attack this guy? Is he engaged with Falkrunn?
Well, he's engaged with all of you.
He's engaged. Okay, so I'm looking for flanking. So
You get flanking from Lulu.
I'm going to attack. What is flanking? +1.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
14 does not
He's
hit.
heavily armored, isn't he?
He is shield
Yeah.
and heavy plate.
Okay, then I'm going to go with the extra attack. And I'm going to do that.
That
with
is a hit with
precision.
flanking.
Oh, that's with flanking. Oh, neat. That's an 8 slashing magic damage. Does he look hurt at all? Like, is this guy just swooshing and it's passing through him? Like,
He definitely looks. He is reacting as if he had taken damage, and he does look hurt. Quite hurt.
I'm going to gonna have to do something else here. I'll just go ahead.
Get out of the way.
Yeah.
Could you do me a
yeah.
favor, Silas? I've been forgetting to ask you to make Constitution saving throws for your concentration. Could you make just like
What am I?
make 5
What
of
am I
them?
concentrating on?
Armor of
Okay.
faith.
So, and I owe you what, 3?
Just 3, yeah, that'll work. You are good.
Please move yourself away from the edge.
Don't fall into the river Styx.
Yeah,
That's
then
a
I'll
terrible idea.
Don't stick
Go
with.
5,
So
10.
you cannot move there. There is cliff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cliff? Okay,
Mhm.
sorry, all the overlays and whatnot. Then I'll move there.
That is acceptable.
That is acceptable.
And
Is that you done, Silas?
is anybody like, okay, I'm looking at I'm surveying the field.
Gotcha.
And then I'm done, yeah.
Okay. Jax, you continue to go on your rampage. I'm not even going to send you over there. I think everything else that's there is there's no possible way you could miss, and there's no possible way they could survive.
Except that, but
Say it again.
Except that.
oh, that's
Okay.
good timing.
I had to open my big mouth.
I made up for it.
Okay. So the 1 always misses, but the 21, of course, hits. I'm going to go ahead.
Crit's on the big, on this guy.
On goblin, on the hobgoblin there. Okay.
On the hobgoblin, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, that's only 9.
That's not a great crit. Got it.
And the other one is 10 damage.
Okay. On the same guy?
Yeah, same guy.
Alrighty.
19 damage.
He lets out a large cry. And the remainder of these creatures begin to attack Shora with even more force. They're getting past the fact that you're standing on top of her. They're still able to hit the aura because it's so large. And you see the aura beginning to crack ever so much. Just... And she's beginning to fall underneath it. She goes down to her knees, and it gets smaller and smaller. Falkrunn of the hill people.
I like it. I like it.
Where is the secret door?
You're a dick. I'm gonna throw your hat back in the sea. All right, so
Do it.
Someone's going to eat me.
yeah. So where's evil Squidward at?
Evil Squidward is here.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Yeah, I got enough people on that. So Falkrunn's going to immediately move back towards Jax to try to defend. I know that's an attack of opportunity from the Hobgoblin, but I'm going to move towards it, and then I'm going to try to... my goal is to, like, kick the squid hat over this direction.
I am hitting AC 17.
Oh, that is a miss.
Very well.
All right. So, Sean, what do you want from, or DM, what do you want from me in terms of trying to kick?
Unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike.
Could just pick Jax up and...
I could just do that. Yeah.
Still good to get it out of the way.
But I do like kicking things, so I'll try that. All right. So, Jesus, I have so many. Okay, unarmed strike. Rolling that.
That's a hit.
Yeah, baby. Okay.
Lands over here.
Okay.
Thanks.
Tell your companions to leave me in peace. I must remove what I put in him, otherwise it will destroy him.
Insight?
Mm-hmm. On your turn.
Is he saying that, or is it
Yes,
just
he says it to you telepathically.
And then I bring in Steve for the bonus action to swing on old Hobgoblin there. So let's have Steve take a swing with a 20.
A 20 is a hit.
He hits. That is 7. And then can I use... So when I make an attack... Oh, no, it's a melee attack. And technically Steve is a spiritual weapon, so it's not... I can't use my divine act. My divine...
Correct.
Okay. Well, then it's just 7 force damage then.
7 force damage.
All right. And that'll be me. Thank you.
All right.
If I did indeed get the insight check, I rolled a 15.
Difficult to say. You've never had to insight someone speaking to you telepathically before. It requires a completely different set of skills that you are not entirely sure that you have. Could be telling the truth. Could be lying. That is a miss on Persephone. And another hit. That is another miss on Persephone. Persephone!
How unhappy does this guy look?
If he has a round like he did a couple rounds ago, he's going down.
So DM? Point of clarity, it says Divine Strike is once on each of your turns when you hit a creature with a weapon attack. You can cause the attack to deal an extra 1d8 radiant damage. Nope. Okay. Just check.
All right.
If you were a monk, that would work.
Possibly.
Now, that spell should be bigger. It's 15 radius, so I can hit all of these guys.
That spell should be bigger.
Then,
All right. What spell is this?
Shatter. So.
Shatter. All right. So the only one that really needs to make the save is this fellow here. Is that what save am I making? Constitution save.
15.
12 is what he has rolled. That is not good enough. So that's 11 damage to all of them. They are all broken out of the tree. And as they fall, their bodies disintegrate.
All 3 of them?
Yes.
Dang.
11 points of damage. The goblin boss failed, and he only had 8 points of hit point. 8 points left.
I thought he was going to be badass. So, okay, cool.
Compared to the other goblins, he is pretty badass.
He's a goblin later.
Bye. And I think that's me, but I will move and to sort of protect Jax there.
All right. Eastland.
All right, Eastland is gonna step here and try to take out the hobgoblin.
Do it.
Buttons. Dramatic buttons, 21.
That's a hit.
And that'll be 19.
Ooh, so close.
Oh, come on.
That arrow finds its mark right in his neck. Begins to roar in pain.
Oh, I don't want to waste it. I was going to, but I'm not going to. Okay, I'm going to take a second attack. Come on, big dollars.
That's a hit.
Hey. All right. Didn't waste a new power. Another 18.
10.
The final blow
It's only
is
10
yours.
points damage.
No, oh, it's not.
You can't get sneak attack twice in a round.
Thank you.
You can, but
Can you?
yeah, it's sneak attacks per turn. So if someone else
Per
walked past
turn.
you and you backstab them as they walk past, you'd get a sneak attack.
Right. Exactly. But that is more than enough.
Excellent.
The final blow is yours. How
Oh,
would you
all right,
like to end him?
I will. The first shot will bury right into a chink in his armor, probably right at the arm, exposing his neck up, and the second arrow will slice right across his throat.
That's not what I wanted. Excuse me. Yes, indeed. The arrow slices right past, right through the pumping veins in his throat, passing cleanly through, sailing past and into the sticks as blood begins to pour out. But as it does, it becomes ephemeral and like starlight sprinkles on the ground, and he disappears from view. And combat is over. The intellector, unless somebody wants to destroy the intellector begins slowly crawling itself back towards Jax.
I draw my rapier and point it at the intellector over Jax's body.
If that thing doesn't want to become a smear on the rocks, it best stop.
If you wish him to live, you will allow me to continue. I did not realize that the parasite was there by design. I thought to help. I will remove what I put there, and we'll have no more of this.
Can we hear that?
Nope.
Who hears that?
Typhon.
What parasite do you speak of? And what? Sorry, that I actually didn't understand that as a player too, because he said he didn't understand it wasn't there by design. So did he put something there and he didn't realize what happened, or there's something already there?
He said that there is something already there, and that he was trying to remove it. He was trying to help. and he did not realize that it was there by design. He assumes that the fact that you all are so upset about it means he shouldn't have done what he did, or it shouldn't have done what it did. But in removing it, he left something there that was there trying to remove it, and it is still at work, and it will continue to work, and it will actually eventually destroy Jax unless he is able to remove what he has put in. That is what he's conveyed to you.
Right. Okay. Just had to hear that once more to make sense of it. Typhon is smarter than I am, so he would he might have put that together.
Everyone's smarter than you are, Peter.
Wow.
So not true, actually.
Critical hit.
If you know Peter at all, he is brilliant.
So I will look to the group then and say, I will say that I don't want you to mistake this for me trusting this thing, but I believe it in this instance. There was something done to Jax. His mind has been altered in some way. Well, I think
we already know
could
that?
potentially stop whatever process has begun here. Jax isn't just a smart goblin. He was experimented upon. You know that, right?
Right.
Yes.
Well, how was he supposed to fix it by going back in and doing exactly what just happened to make all those?
Because he's placed a parasite within the brain.
And we're supposed to believe that he's going to suck on his
Remove
face
it.
again and remove it.
Well, Falkrunn, were the worst to happen, could you restore him to life?
Yes.
So, Intellector, the river Styx lies there. You bring the goblin back to how he was, to the best of your ability. You reverse this process, or you'll be thrown in there.
The parasite has changed him. As it defended against my attack, I can remove my counter-parasite, and he will return to consciousness, but he is forever changed.
Very well, then do it. And I hold up a hand.
Creeps over to him, and one of the tentacles reaches out and creeps into Jax's nose and just rams right into his nose with a squelching sound.
Is this a
stays
swab
there.
test?
He stays
No,
there
pick me a winner.
and
Yeah, that's it. That's it. To the left.
pulsates a few times. And then
Like a
sits.
calamari.
And Jax, you return to consciousness. Jax, you have lost 2 intelligence points.
Oh shit!
Damn.
However, things are different.
I've put my intelligence to -4.
That sounds
I'm dead.
ominous, guys. It sure does sound ominous.
Yeah.
I'm sure that means
That will
something.
be a time for a break. Is what it means. Welcome back. The adventure began with a couple of dream sequences. One with Silas exploring the visions that his goddess has sent before him, trying to teach him and help him on his journey to become more of a able vessel for her will. He has gone on a little bit of a journey there and returned, hopefully wiser and stronger. Jax also had a little bit of a journey, but his had much more far-reaching consequences, as the Intellector appeared to have changed him in some way, and in response, Jax himself changed also, becoming, as far as he knows, more powerful, but at a great cost. From his mind sprang apparitions which attacked the party and tried to harm him. However, they were able to fight them off, and with the Intellector's help, having been rescued from falling into the Styx, The river Styx, it is now back in possession of the party. Jax is conscious, and they now take stock.
Jax will jump up, pull his, obviously, dagger, look round and is like, where's Shora? And Leo look around.
Jax, are you all right? Are you okay?
Where's Shora?
She's not here, Jax.
I'm not stupid, Falkrunn. I saw her for myself. With the ogres and the orcs, we were sitting there.
Where did you see these ogres and the ogres and the...
Oh, we were in the forest, of course.
There is no forest, Goblin.
This was a hallucination, Jax.
Look around. You're lucky to be alive right now.
My head does hurt.
Are you okay?
Oh, yes.
Did that thing hurt you?
Did what thing hurt me?
Where is the thing, DM?
It is sitting right next to Jax, where it, after it removed its tentacle from his nose, it plopped onto the ground and is just sitting there, not moving.
Is that my bogey?
Excuse me, your what?
His boogers.
So, Jax, what do you remember of the experiments that were done on you?
Oh, nothing really.
Nothing really, or nothing?
I remember they took our tribe.
Right. But do you remember any of the process? Were they spells? Did they cut into your head while you were conscious? Did they
Oh no, I was having a
make
nice
you
sleep.
drink things? And that's it, and you just woke up different.
I woke up. Very intelligent.
Debatable, but I see. So I'll just, allow the party to hear what I'm asking, and even though they might not be able to hear the response, I'll turn to the intellector and say, what is it then that you pulled out of his head? What did you change?
I did not change anything. I was not able to fend off. I was not able to consume that which is in his head. I attempted to do it from afar, but when I made inroads, it activated a defense. It awoke something that was dormant inside him, and I had to change tactics. I had to cause him to remove me from the bag so that I could take a more direct approach. It would have been successful had you allowed me to finish. However, since you removed me...
You realize why we may have stepped in.
I was also very hungry. It makes me confused sometimes.
Typhon, what did it want with Jax?
Well. So you're saying... One moment, I'm still trying to ascertain. So you're saying that there is something in his head, then?
Yes.
You wanted to feed upon?
Indeed.
What
It is
altered
not of his brain. It is another brain. A far more succulent and potentially invigorating morsel. But if
I will say,
you do
answer
not wish me to remove it, then I will refrain. But I need regular sustenance.
Sorry. I will answer him telepathically. We can find some other being for whose brain you can suck out. You could have asked me that before. We would have gladly found you some prey. This was clumsy and stupid, and I hope you do not make the same mistake again.
Noted.
I understand, and I say out loud, I understand it was out of altruism that you tried to remove this parasite, thinking it was consuming him. And well, I suppose it's understandable. There's something in Jax's brain, I say to everyone. Makes him different. Makes him more intelligent. The intellector saw it as, well, potentially a threat and certainly as food. So, tried to remove it, not understanding it, what made Jax Jax. I assure you this will not happen again.
And you just believe it. It attacked one of us in the middle of the night, talks its way out of it. You just believe it.
It's desperate. Its explanation makes sense. We're all desperate.
Of course its explanation makes sense. It's like super smart. It could manipulate you in any way it wanted.
Not smart enough to get what it wants.
Destroy it.
Not smart enough not to make a mistake like this. I don't
Cast
think
it.
it's... What?
Cast it into the lake. Throw it into the river.
Destroy it!
No. I don't think yet.
And we were all about to be sued.
Isildur!
Typhon!
So,
I want to use it. Obviously, I cannot... Well, if my time with all of you has meant anything, you will see that I am willing to take risks, but my survival, Eastland's survival, all of our survival, depends primarily on all of us remaining alive. There are times when we might need to take risks individually with our own lives, but I am not willing to sacrifice any of you.
This thing just attacked one of your party members in the middle of the night.
Typhon, it's a parasite. It seeks only to feed off of the brain matter of other creatures, and then once it's done with them, seek another one.
Its power is immense. There's something that would pay dearly for this. And I want to see just how dearly they would pay.
How are we supposed to sleep another night with it?
Are you sated? As I turn to the intellector.
Hardly. However, I am not interested in anyone other than the parasite in the goblin. And if that is not mine, then so be it. It will eventually kill him, and I will eat it then.
How long?
Based on how large it was. Months. Perhaps less.
And he has no recourse. Removing it would kill him.
It's possible there are ways it could be removed. I do not have the power, nor does anyone here. But there are powers greater. Speaking of power, I owe you for my rescue. I can show you a spell, if you will allow it.
You know what would happen if you... I say telepathically. You know exactly what's going to happen if you try to take advantage of this at this moment.
Of course.
I look towards the lake. Very well. Show me.
Perhaps a more clandestine time would be more appropriate.
Now.
Very well. I will need physical contact.
It's time for it to pay up. If this takes control of me, then do what you will. But I do believe this is the type of dealing that we will be required to do in order to survive this place.
Typhon, stop.
It's going to show me
foolish.
something. No.
Can we please listen to the drow? I mean, come on.
supposed to be the smartest among us, and this is the most reckless thing that any of us has done.
Calculated risks, Persephone. Like going to hell to save a city with no plan. And so far, it's working out.
Typhon, some might say that was not calculated. But if you feel confident in doing this, then do it.
I look at Island and say, you can't let him.
Been with Typhon long enough to know that words rarely change his mind. Force him if you will. I certainly don't agree with it either. But if this is what he chooses, I won't stand in his way.
That makes me more suspicious.
Fine. If this thing turns on you, how are we to know? What would you have us do?
That's a very
Find
good point, Typhon.
your hands, Typhon.
Excuse me?
If you are taken, if it controls you, you could do quite less damage with your hands bound. If you are so confident, it will not matter. If you are being controlled even now, let her hold your hands.
Your magic has grown, Eastland. Are you able to? I felt it. I've seen the workings you can do. You can stop me from what I do.
Eastland looks at the party for some kind of approval from the rest of the group.
Persephone does this.
Mike.
And a thunderbolt erupts in the...
Fine.
Throws
Fine.
her dagger into the sticks.
No!
All right, Eastland will step behind Typhon, and she will hold your hands behind your back, Typhon.
All right.
Are you hold person?
No need, Eastland,
No.
for this.
Okay. All right. Eastland is quite a bit stronger now in her dragonborn form, so it would be quite a feat for you to escape.
Falkrunn will assist her.
All right.
If I am wrong, then I shall be wrong, and we will be... Consider me humbled and more cautious in the future. But I trust all of you with my fate.
One of your companions must bring me close to your face. Or I can climb you.
Eastland will pick him up and carry him gently towards the evil Squidward.
So as you hold the Intellector, Eastland, you sense a probing, a curiosity, very similar to what Persephone did around the circle at Mad Maggie's. However, unlike Persephone, it does not pry. It is merely reading surface thoughts.
And as it gets closer, I will transmit the thought to it. Your abilities are not suited for me, and we have determined this, but I fully intend to trade you to someone with whom you could share great power. I would not necessarily do so against you.
You may come to change your mind once you see a taste of what I can offer.
Then I will do so of my own volition. Based on the power I've gained, you can no longer amplify my intellect. But I can learn something from you, and I'm willing to take that risk.
Very well. And a tentacle slowly unfurls. The end of it has smaller, almost prehensile tentacles, and it touches you above the eye, on your nose, and to the side of your cheekbone.
Nice.
One moment.
Did you just pull a Vulcan mind meld?
That's what I was thinking.
Brilliant. You meta nerd, you.
So many levels.
Is anybody the right age to have read the Animorphs books? Because it makes me think of the Yerks.
I just remember the creepy covers.
I never read them. I
never read them.
I just went to Barnes and Noble and went ooh with them.
Dang, they were so good. I loved them.
Those kids look so icky in the middle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's icky. Very werewolf.
So, it reaches out and touches you. And Typhon, it shows you this spell.
Where am I looking? I'm looking at all the. I'm looking at Discord. I'm looking at Zoom.
It's on,
I'm looking at.
it's on Zoom
Roll20.
chat.
Cool.
Is the spell Restore Jax?
Oh, perfectly normal. I'm a bit hungry though.
Perfectly normal.
Restore your own sanity? Is that the spell?
Typhon smiles and says,
Go ahead.
Fascinating.
Oh, what is?
Oh. That is excellent.
And you think to this fight that you all been having, and it seems to make a bit more sense now.
This is powerful.
What is it?
I think it's Jax. I think that without knowing it, you just afflicted all of us with exactly this type of phenomena. By the way, are there bodies lying about? No.
No bodies. You ain't got no body.
It is possible to summon an illusion in a creature's mind so powerful that by being struck by your own nightmare, your brain would deplete its own life force for trying to understand what is happening. A phantom in your brain causing, well, immense harm. You would feel it physically, but show no signs. Look around. Persephone, your wounds. Is anyone actually physically wounded?
No one is actually physically wounded.
Look at your wounds. They're non-existent. This was all in your mind. But very real to me and to you.
You took the damage. You took the hit point damage. You did fall unconscious. All of the damage happened, but there was no physical damage done to your bodies. It was all in your minds.
I didn't notice it either.
Wow.
I think I rationalized it. When I saw the blade strike, I saw your pain. I assumed there was blood, and I think I saw it. But it's amazing the self-harm even that the brain will do when trying to rationalize a terrifying enemy. A powerful tool. That is what I have learned.
If I may, while this is happening, may I have whispered wisdom saving throws from Silas, Falkrunn, and Jax.
All right.
So that is /W space GM, and then roll a d20. Actually, is all you need to do.
Backslash, yeah.
Yeah.
So say it again. So backslash.
So
All right, I'm gonna attempt something. It's just gonna be
or you can just click on the D&D Beyond extension
Yep.
and change it to always whisper, then roll, then change it back.
Yeah, that'll work too.
Is that on the D&D Beyond side or the Roll20 side?
You can do /W space GM and just roll a d20 for me, and I will apply the proper things. If you want to do it on Roll20, if you want to do it on D&D Beyond, you go into D&D Beyond and change the setting to always whisper.
Oh god, yeah, I'll end up messing it up otherwise. Whisper rolls.
Wait, and that's on D&D Beyond. You change it, or just
Yeah,
roll?
And that was
Beyond
a wisdom save, yeah? Is that a wisdom save?
yes, or just roll a d20, whichever you. Yep, that works.
There we go.
Okey doke.
Typhon will turn around then, and obviously, does it withdraw its tentacle from my face?
It does.
Yeah. And I will hopefully, I won't try to break free, but just kind of extend my hands behind me, like.
Are you satisfied? And I'm looking at everyone else.
No, I'm very hungry. I'm going to look in my bag.
You can let him go. Not satisfied with any of this.
Beeson removes her claws from your hands.
It was I understand your reticence to all of this. And thank you for looking out for my well-being. And thank you for allowing me to take my own risks in attaining this. I'm sure we will need to make further, more difficult decisions in the future. My judgment, I think, is sound and practical. But there may be a time when I misstep. And I trust that having all of you around will help to, well, rectify those situations. My only hope is that as we all individually take our risks, whether it be saving a life or ending one in our own peril, that we net gain together and protect each other and maybe make it through all of this. So, have a little faith in the Night Surgeon, would you?
It's not you we don't have faith in. It's the parasitic thing that just tried to kill your friend in the middle of the night, to be clear.
Understood, but...
Am I your friend?
You were saying, Silas...
Typhon, you hold power in your hands that could strike us down. And I trust you with it. As long as you're making your own decisions and not being influenced unduly by anyone or anything, then I will continue to trust you with my life and my secrets.
What secrets have you got?
I may have flirted a bit with something, but I'm with
Yes,
some
do be
danger.
careful what you flirt with, Typhon.
Look at
But
Island.
do remember
Isan
that
smiles.
no
Wait.
one spoke up more fiercely against that shield in Baldur's Gate than I. I am not above subjugating a creature. I am not above bringing it to within an inch of its life in order for it to give us power. When we have control, we need control. But, and truly, this thing is in desperation at this point, half starving, and sure, we could cast it into the river now, having gained something from it. Though, we'll see we'll see how Jax fares. My point being this: I trusted that its desperation, that its impossible situation was by our doing and granted us opportunity to improve and grow. So, I took it. But I, of all people, will not be subjugated or controlled. You know this, Eastlin. Your blades have borne witness to this. That has not changed. I am no one's but my own.
Typhon, you're hungry.
Who's hungry?
I am hungry.
Oh, I've got some rat sticks. I will pull out some rat sticks. Who wants a rat stick?
I'll take one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, these look juicy. I will hand each person a rat stick.
I hate these, but fine.
Oh, they're lovely. I will hand each person a rat stick. A rat kebab.
All right, Typhon will shut up now.
Silas, as you are preparing for the day, you find it hard to believe that you don't have to clean Oranian, given all the action it's seen today. But as you look down at it, you realize it's perfectly pristine from the night before. You cleaned it, you saw to it, made sure that it was in proper form. But as you look at it now, it seems different. There is, at the base of the blade, a small glowing rune. It is the rune Terrace, which is Elven for vigilance. And if you will look at the stats for Oranian now, you'll see they have changed.
But it doesn't give me a full new level, does it?
No, not quite that powerful.
Not yet.
Yeah, that's a +1 level.
So, the day is yours, Conscript Group 14. Lulu has been looking at all this wide-eyed and scared. What?
Lulu took some damage. How's she doing?
Oh, I'll be all right.
You want a rat stick?
She closes her eyes and you see a slash that she had heals.
Oh.
And now she looks perfectly fine.
Lulu,
Lots
I
of
want
things.
to... Oh, go ahead.
I was just surprised. I didn't know she could heal herself.
Lulu, I want to remind you, Amonazro sensed your presence as we were crossing the river. You need to be more careful.
I don't know what to do. Should I hide all the time?
The trumpet of blasting was very good, or whatever it's called.
Oh, did I miss it?
I think, Lulu, it might be smart to stick to that attack. Maybe once you're out, just stick by one of us. No more melee.
Just know that
I get so angry when they attack my friends, especially when you almost died, Persephone. That's a lot to endure.
I completely agree, but think about how we would feel.
I also
Good point.
want to help Persephone. But you see, Lulu, my powers, and some of the powers of the others here, when you rush to Persephone with your aura, I am completely prevented from doing anything at all to help her.
Well, that will happen wherever I am, though.
Not if you choose to turn it off. What word could we use to tell you if we need you to turn off that shield? Something quick and simple.
Apple.
Okay.
I was thinking something more like pumpernickel.
So Apple turns the shield on or off?
Easier to turn it off. I can turn it off, but I have to think about it.
Okay.
But, okay.
Who all ate a rat?
I did.
Me? Everyone?
Everyone who ate a rat
Will poison.
gets 1 hit point.
Do we understand why? Like, do we
1
feel
hit
bad?
point would probably not even register. The rats are completely and utterly tasteless, which is probably a good thing.
Is it regains or temporary? Or
No, you regain a hit point.
Does anyone else want more seconds? I've got 4 more.
They're completely tasteless. However, they did make you feel full and better.
We should ration them, Jax.
Falkrunn did not eat a rat.
All right.
Oh, you're not hungry?
Since we're on the topic of keeping items that are precious to us, and Persephone looks at Islin and says, now that I no longer have a soul coin, I'd like to be in charge of carrying Rhimbs.
No.
It's nothing personal, but I think that if I were in his situation, I'd be most comfortable if Rhimb were carrying mine.
Persephone, no.
Why?
The burden.
Don't you dare tell me that I can't do that when we just let Typhon do what he is doing.
You look me in the face and tell me that you're able to actually walk across Avernus and not suffer from exhaustion and the constant attacks of a soul coin?
You're all doing it. I was doing it before.
Her words have wisdom, Persephone. These things affect you much more than they affect me.
I think I'm forgetting. I know that I was failing my wisdom saves from the heat from Avernus, but do we do wisdom saves against the carrying soul coins? Just one of them?
Yes.
Ah. Okay. So Persephone says, that's what I feel most comfortable with.
I understand. And know that I do not think you weak or unable. I say this out of safety and protection for you. Look at Silas, look at myself. The weight of these coins is not insignificant.
You can't talk me out of it. It's what I want. Are you going to let me do it? Like we just allowed Typhon to make his own decision, or not?
what benefit would we gain from allowing you to suffer under this weight?
Exactly.
Rhimb would have the satisfaction of knowing someone that he can trust has his soul.
I trust that any feeling that Rhimb is having at all is far beyond anything close to satisfaction, and will be so eternally until we can free him. I think that you will get him to that place slower if you suffer under the weight of the evil device that carries him. So,
if we are to
let the child of Ilmater suffer, as is her order's tenets, and you please stay yourself.
I look at Islin and say, can I have it or not?
For the good of the party, my answer is no.
And Persephone nods and drops the subject. But she does not look done.
Does anybody else have anything they would like to do before you embark today?
I walk over to Persephone and put my arm around her as much as she will allow me to. She may be taller than me. I'm only 5'5". Yeah. But I look her knowingly in the eye, and then I lean in and whisper something only to her.
Where will I
don't
see
get
that?
to know what it is.
You want me to take my headphones off?
Secrets.
Do I get
just
to hear
whisper,
Does it get past
nobody
my
else gets to hear it. But what I would whisper to her is, in a time where we're not exhausted, in a time where we just haven't had a battle, then perhaps together we can peacefully determine what's going on here. I have ways.
Oh, I have thoughts too.
And
Don't pretend I didn't hear it.
Jax is doing mute things.
yeah.
I was whispering.
probably better that way.
I didn't know if it
Nice.
transcended though.
Sorry, I am dealing with things. Things that must be dealt with.
Nothing but work all the time.
We have names, Sean.
Things. All
Deal
these
with
things.
us.
Things.
All right.
Sniveling things.
So, one last thing.
One more thing.
All night. All night.
Oh boy.
Sorry, everyone.
No,
No,
it's
you're
fine.
fine.
Where is the squid thing now?
Another question. I don't feel comfortable keeping that thing in the bag any longer.
Well, I think if we're... Yeah, there's no other way to contain it. Though I definitely think Jax, maybe someone else should hold on to that bag.
Why, it's my bag.
No, it's a very good bag. However, I think it's the only container we have for that wretched thing.
Just to confirm, it wasn't in the bag anyway.
It was.
Oh,
It
what?
was.
No, I
It
thought
was.
you had it.
No, you put it in the bag.
Oh, really? No, I'll hold it. It's got my stuff in it.
I went and I was like so confused, and then sure enough, it's not actually an extra dimensional space.
So, what is your plan, friends? Lulu has led you here, thinking that this was where the citadel that held the sword would be, but it is not.
Lulu, do you have any other ideas where it might be?
Oh,
If this
I
is
was
not the place.
hoping nobody would ask me that.
No, it's all right, Lulu. It's all right. We. So, take a look around. So you. This was
Right.
the hill. This was the hill upon which the final battle took place.
Maybe if I went up high, but it was really scary last time.
Maybe not up high, just kind of high.
You need to be invisible again.
Please.
You have. Well, no, you do not have one. You have an hour, so. Very well. Come here. Use your aura.
I was so jealous.
Don't come close to me. Don't suppress it when you go up. Yes.
Right. You're supposed to say apple.
It protects you. No, I said. We'll have to talk about what on and off means for that. But use it when you go up. It protects you. And I will reach out and cast invisibility on her
Okay, she turns
when she's
invisible.
near. Mhm.
Persephone, you're jealous. You'd like to be invisible. Seems like it would be
Why?
a really cool thing.
Okay.
And she begins to flit and fly up into the air.
Typhon, while she's up in the air, what the hell are we going to do about your friend?
Well, we may need to feed it occasionally, but I think we have struck a truce of sorts.
The look on Ryan's face is perfect for Falkrunn. Got it.
Fine. It's your responsibility. If it attacks anyone else in the party, I hold you responsible for it.
How really though? Fine. I will take responsibility.
Hey, I've been responsible for Jax since he's stumbled into our laps?
Exactly the comparison I was about to strike.
Exactly. And at least Jax has not tried to eat anyone else's brain.
Oh,
I did try to eat Lulu once.
Jax not helping.
Sorry.
So, figure out what you're going to do
stabbed
with
the
your
whole
little...
high overseer of Elturel. Stole Rhimb's soul and nearly depleted his essence. So there you go.
How are you going to contain that thing?
I intend to create an environment where containing it is not necessary for some time. And we will give it away for the benefit of the party. later. That is the plan, Falkrunn. I do not do it lightly. I assure you.
I know. I know you don't make any plans lightly. Just see to it that it doesn't go after anyone else. All right?
I will do my best.
No. You will do it.
Stern child of Ilmater. Very well. I shall suffer to make it so.
Oh, you will. Thank you.
Well,
Pardon?
can you all see me?
We
I
can hear
drop concentration.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, I don't think I remember where it is, but I think I do remember where we might find out where it is.
That's good. That's very good, Lulu.
What does that mean?
It's a long journey.
Aren't they all?
It's far. I don't think
Okay.
we should go on foot.
So do we need
Shall
to go,
we regather the war machine?
do we need to go back?
I think that's what we should do.
Lulu loves the war machine. Yes, let's go.
The hill. How high is the hill?
Which hill? This hill?
Yeah, the one we're currently on.
It is 40 feet above the Styx.
And then
The Styx here is about 200 feet wide.
fuck. Okay. Well, that was my thought. I thought we could try to feather fall.
Yeah.
We believe it or not, I'm walking on air. All right. Well, scratch that plan. Great. Now we have to go back across the river, and it's fine. It's fine.
I have an idea. I could take you, Falkrunn, through the dimension door, and that way you wouldn't risk losing any more abilities.
I can do that too.
So we could both do it and save 2 of us, 4 of us total.
I think I could carry Jax.
All right, so
Really?
we have Lulu and Jax across, and a dimension door for myself another, Persephone and another, which leaves
One
out.
left.
But to fly, the ability to fly is not so difficult. It will cost us in resources, but anyone besides myself capable of this?
As a
Probably
matter of
not.
fact,
Iselin, as you hear the talk of Lulu, for some odd reason, the thought of what cooked Holofant must taste like pops into your head. Completely random, never had the thought before in your life, and it's just there.
What is happening to us with food? This is crazy.
Hell's a motherfucker, everybody. Let's just know.
Oh my gosh, no, I think we're all pregnant. That's what it is.
what? What did she
Well,
say?
you know.
He said, I think we're all pregnant.
I had to
No.
hold back from saying that Falkrunn was treating Persephone like she's some fragile pregnant person. I didn't go there.
Fragile
So,
pregnant-
is there a plan to get everyone across?
Those exhausted points kill us. All right. I mean that sounds like. Oh, wait. So, Jason, you have the ability to fly, or can dimension door, or
I did as of this morning.
oh. That's...
Ah,
Oh wait, you did?
yeah.
I do as of this
Oh,
morning.
okay. I was like,
Sorry.
were you
We all
level
feel
9
a
as
bit
well?
Stronger this morning.
I wish I
Let's
could
be level
fly.
with each other. We're all feeling stronger.
Yes, indeed. I love it.
I don't know. I'm pretty weak.
I'll take Silas.
Wait, no. What's? I mean, you're not going to drop into the sticks, are you?
That wasn't my plan.
Well, no, what's the distance? I mean, you can you make it?
500, I think. Hold on, let me check.
My only concern is that the boat ride took a lot longer than the river itself looked.
I feel like that was the condition of the boatman as opposed to the actual river.
I'd be inclined to agree, yes.
Agreed.
So
you're willing to fly or at least grant the ability to another Eastland?
Yes, of course.
You're very subtle. Perhaps doing it yourself would be appropriate if you feel brave enough.
So if we're splitting the party, even for a moment like that, perhaps we shouldn't let Rhimb's soul coin go with her.
Persephone.
What? Then you trade it, Falkrunn. Trade, and you take Rhimb.
Yeastland, would you be disinclined to swap soul coins with me so that I have Rhimb's soul coin on my person?
It makes the most sense to me, considering it is his soul and I'm in his body, that we keep them together.
I agree, but it seems people of our party are being trepidatious about that.
No idea what that
Imagine
means.
why.
We are getting hung up on minutia here.
We are. We are.
So these big words.
Would you be willing to swap?
Or don't fly
You
and
can-
cast fly on somebody else.
I would think
Fine.
it's... Yes. That
Thank
makes more sense.
Cast fly on someone else? Or swap coins?
No, so I'd be happy to give someone the gift of flight.
Fantastic. All right then. Persephone, is that all right?
Yes.
Good.
In fact, I'll take it. Somebody can borrow the cloak.
What? No, I don't... You know how to use the damn thing.
Besides, it will
say
take
the
time to
word.
attune to it as a magic item. We don't can't sit here for another hour talking about this or attuning to magic items. So,
All right.
I will cast fly if this makes it faster as well. Who would like to fly across the river? Your person.
No, you're flying with Lulu. All right? And don't bite her. All right. Typhon, cast fly on me if you'd be so kind. Everyone else, please grab your cloak buddy.
Fine. I believe your uses of your abilities are limited. Yes, Eastland.
Yes, indeed.
Do not take that as a criticism.
No, it's a wise
Very
word.
well. Falkrunn Boneforge. I cast fly on Falkrunn.
Falkrunn just takes off running towards the edge and...
Ooh, just go for it.
You fly out over the ruby red river Styx.
Can we see her the whole time, or is it like when we got on the boat and we couldn't see?
No, you can see her the whole time. You see her fly out over the water, and after a few out of combat rounds, you see her hovering on the other side.
All right, Eastland. let's go.
Falkrunn, the oblivion calls to you from below, but you are high above it.
I take Silas.
Go to put my hand on Eastland's back, sort of awkward, higher up, and before we go, I whisper, "Thank you. I would not have let another soul restrain me the way you did."
We will have
Believe
words
me.
later.
I was not unafraid. But there are things we must do here to survive.
She grimaces, but she lets you...
And then I dimension door. Yes.
I wrap half the cloak around Silas and say, right before I say the magic word, I look at Silas and I say under my breath, I need the coin. I can't tell you why. Help me. And then I say, Pinky.
Just as she says pinky, a few moments ago, everybody was talking and using some really big words. Silas, it was kind of hard for you to understand.
I mean, I'm right here, DM. I can. You're gonna call me out. Next, you're gonna tell me I took a level that I shouldn't.
God, I hate
And Persephone lifts her cloak, and she says "Pinky," and you see a swirling vortex inside it, and you sort of peek at it, and she pushes you in, and you fly through it, and she wraps it around herself, and a puff of acrid smoke and
I didn't see any big words swirling around in there. Like
You sure
soup,
didn't.
did I? Okay.
You sure didn't. And
I
then
would have resented it.
over the area where everybody else has arrived, you see like the DeLorean returning from the past, and Persephone and Silas appear.
I love
was,
that my dimension door is like a really bad magician's trick.
Exactly, except it actually does magic.
Exactly.
And Lulu is there with you, Jax.
Oh. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Climb up.
I don't actually have fingers, so you're gonna have to hold on to me.
Okay. Shall I hold your ears and steer you like I do?
No,
to
the ears
mission?
are very important for aerodynamic control. I need those.
Oh, okay.
You hold on to my tail. That'll work.
No, just ride Lulu. That'd be
I
great.
I can hold on to your tail. So I'm guessing
Okay.
I'm backwards.
Hold it really tight. We're gonna go really fast. Ready?
Imagine
I'm
I'm
sorry.
on,
Someone in
facing the
someone
wrong
in
way and
chat
holding
has
the tail.
someone in his chat has just donated $1,000 for original art of Jax riding. I love watching Jade like, really? So
Wait, what?
I had that moment too.
Yeah, right.
So she she's been to take off, and you hold on for dear life behind her as she flies
That's
across
not how
the
I
river
envisioned
Styx.
it.
No,
I
how do you envision
I
it?
envisioned it that I was sitting on her, facing the other way, like you do with a horse, facing the other way, holding
Yeah.
her tail.
Sure. She's like,
Sure, that'll work. All right. Don't
Felt like
fall,
we
Jake.
just
Jax. Don't fall.
feel like we just
It'd
took
be
a
really
trip to
bad
Whole
if you-
Foods. It's
if
an
you don't
expensive trip.
and she flies across. And all of you are now on the side of the Styx that you were the previous day. Lulu flies up a little bit, and she comes down and informs you that it will be about a 2-hour trek from where you currently are to where you have left your vehicles. And so you begin the journey. I will need
Am
wisdom saving throws.
I not flying anymore? Is that-
You fly for an hour, correct, Typhon?
10 minutes. I believe.
10 minutes.
Concentration.
10 minutes. So after 10 minutes, you feel... You come down. Jax, you have succeeded.
This an every single person wisdom throw kind of thing?
Oh my
Mhm.
god!
Falkrunn, you
Oh
failed.
boy, Falkrunn really succeeded. We'll let everybody roll, then the DM can go down the roll, shall we?
Good idea.
Y'all.
Holy crap! This is just what?
Which one are we? Which one is this, Sean?
Oh, thank God! All right.
This
Is this
wisdom.
a travel roll?
This is a travel roll.
Have I had to do this before? Is this still the case?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Iselin and Typhon do not have to do this.
Okay.
However, Iselin, did you want to do your thing to grant advantage?
Yeah. I will use my breath weapon to. give
So.
you-
About an hour of travel,
Eastland burps.
Iselin lets out
Sorry.
a belch of cooling air.
Whoa.
Can Jax be? Oh, come on, Persephone, you can do it.
So we're getting advantage on that same roll.
Yep.
Oh, thank the gods.
Well, was that just crossing the river, Sean? Or I'm confused.
No, this is
Are we
just 2 hours of travel going back to your
Right.
your vehicle.
But we're going to the vehicle.
Yes.
Oh, poop. Okay.
After I only had 1 point of exhaustion and we had a long rest, does it go?
It did go away.
Okay, thank you.
Whew, that was much better. Thank you, you
Ooh, ho,
you cold breath.
Iselin, you don't actually have to roll.
Wait. I've suffered exhaustion before.
Yeah.
Then that was a mistake.
Huh?
I deserve
Apologies.
a negative exhaustion. No, it's okay.
That's for Rhimb.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's when you were feeling a little bit better. Now you're feeling particularly not good.
Gotcha.
Indeed. So, that is 1 hour. The second hour. Jax, you hear something on the wind.
I start humming it.
It sounds like music. Somebody singing.
I hear music.
Secret tunnel.
Nothing in view at the moment. And I'm assuming you're keeping very close to the banks of the Styx as you walk?
Yeah.
All right. It seems that creatures here give the Styx a wide berth. At least so far as you have seen. There have been nothing that you have seen that could be of any danger to you. At least that you know of. But you hear singing coming from somewhere up ahead.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's not really beautiful.
It's,
It's more...
it's amazing.
Well, his intelligence went down too. So
That's right.
Yeah, it's true.
My culture went down.
Yeah. There's no accounting for taste.
It's Enya.
I love Enya.
And say where the road goes.
What do you do, Jax?
Well, can anyone else hear it?
You're what, Jax?
It's music.
Falkrunn, now that he mentions it, you can hear it too.
You call that music?
Okay, someone's making noise with their lips.
Okay, that I will agree. Can I, DM, can I get a... So is it coming... It's not coming from the river? It's coming
from ahead. It could very well be coming from the river. You're right on the bank of the river, but at the moment you would assume that it's not. But coming from somewhere up ahead.
Does it sound like the song that Persephone played?
Nope. Make a perception check, Jax.
I would aid you, but I cannot.
18.
18. It sounds kind of rollicking and fun.
Oh, there's a
Very,
party.
very out of place.
It's a party.
Something's apparently being quite joyous here in Avernus up ahead, so just everyone eyes up.
Are?
Jax, do you see anything yet?
Oh, keep looking.
After a few minutes, you see on top of a hill, about 200 feet away, a figure standing, facing the river, just standing up on the hill.
Are we able to get a sense of the music's coming? Okay.
Is it our devil?
You can't tell from here.
Is it a devil?
Oh, there he is.
You thirsty there, Eastland?
I mean, we're walking around hell. So
Holy smokes.
that's a rim-sized water bottle.
And you can't have any.
We're not stopping, so you're gonna have to keep walking.
You continue walking, and now as you move closer, 150 feet away, you see there's a figure standing up on the rock. He's got greenish clothing. Looks like it could be leather, but it's got a lot of fluff to it, for want of a better term. And his hair is sort of a ruddy, dirty red, sort of spiky on the top and then hangs down the bottom. And he's got his hands on his hips. And as you get even closer, you realize there's a large stream of urine just sort of arcing from his position into the river Styx. And he's just singing, "Long time ago, way back in history, when all there was to drink was nothing but cups of tea, along came a man by the name of Charlie Mops, and he invented a wonderful drink and he made it out of hops. Oh, he must have been an admiral, a sultan, or a king, and to his praises we will always sing. Look what all he's done for us, he's filled us up with cheer. The Lord bless Charlie Mops, the man who invented beer, 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 tiddly beer, 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 tiddly beer, beer.
As he
I'm
does
dancing.
that, I pull out my lute and for the last few things, pick up the chords to play behind it.
All right. He continues singing and looks over his shoulder and he sees you all coming. He's like, "Ho-ho! Caught me with my pants down. But then again, maybe that was the plan, huh? Be with you in a minute."
No plan here, just stream of consciousness type of thinking, really.
Exactly.
I thought he was fishing.
That's
Turns around and he looks at you all. He has...
You're in trouble, Peter.
You hear a strange whizzing sound and you're splashed with inspiration.
He turns and looks at you
Yikes.
all, and he has greenish bronze skin, and this armor that he's wearing has been designed to look like a suit of leaves, but it clearly is not. And he's got a belt with a couple of weapons next to him. He sort of looks at you all and is like, "Well, aren't you all brave to be just wandering around the banks of the Styx?" And he has a very, very wide grin on his face. Looks at you all.
hail and well met. I'm Falkrunn.
Well said.
And you are?
Introductions. Jumps down. Well, that's an interesting question. I've had many names. The one I'm currently using and the most fond of is Smiler the Defiler. What do you think?
It's catchy.
I've heard it before.
It's got a nice... I mean, Defiler seems a bit overused. But apt.
But pairing it with the Smiler is what makes it work. At least that's what I think. Anyway, it was my Warlord of Avernus sobriquet. Not really applicable now, unfortunately, but, well, things change, friends. Things change. What was that name again, miss?
Falkrunn.
Falkrunn. A pleasure. And would you be so kind as to introduce me to the rest of your merry band?
This is Conscript Group 14.
Catchy.
DM, I left
Not
a
really,
present
that's
for
horrible.
you in the Roll20 chat.
We were going to call ourselves Six in the Mist, but we couldn't count.
You jerk. Let's see here. This figure, Silas, glows bright green.
For all of us, or just
Nope, nope. Actually, it doesn't glow at all. Never mind.
Oops. By
It
that I
doesn't
mean,
glow at all. You, of course, detect the horrible conditions all around you. You detect the Celestial, who is doing her best to hide, as she's been instructed, but you do not detect anything from this creature. Conscript Group 14. And individually?
Jax.
Jax. Pleasure.
Persephone.
Persephone. Oh, enchanted.
My name is Islin.
Eastlin?
Typhon.
Interesting name for a... Well, there. Who am I to judge? And
Typhon.
Typhon, Smiler the Defiler, at your service, and... Oh my. Well, you've been naughty, he says, looking at you, Silas.
Have I?
You have. Why, had we met under different circumstances, I'd be honor-bound to hunt you to the ends of the earth, take your head from your shoulders to the high she court of Nod and present it there to be tortured for all eternity, tempted by the things you want most, and you're destined never to have. But pragmatism
acted
is
on
the
that-
rule of the day.
If you acted on that, Smiler the Defiler, then you would be acting rashly, and you would be...
In good
You
company.
would look quite the fool then.
I quite agree.
My
But
name
you
is
have been naughty.
Silas. My name is Silas, and the things you may know and the things you may see may only be part of a story.
Of course, always. Silas. Lacks a little something. Silas the Fey Killer. Ooh, that has a better ring to it, don't you think?
What are you saying?
I think I said very clearly what I'm saying. Silas the Fey Killer. I mean, mind, I'm not going to do anything about it. Those days are far behind me. But it does sort of, color the environment a little.
Why are you here?
That's a long story.
Oh,
Probably
we've got time.
about as interesting and as ultimately pointless as your own. But if you really want to know, I suppose I could get into it, but it will take some time.
Give us the Cliff Notes version.
What does that mean?
Are there Cliff Notes in Faerun?
There are now canon.
Cliff Notes and coffee.
Well, let's just say I was brought here against my will many, many, many years ago. Tried my very best to serve those that brought me here, but they died. Did my very best to acquire power, which I did, but those who I was in the company of died. I became a warlord of Avernus, but I was defeated. And all of my vessels, except for one, and he points down, Charger here. And you see there's a Devil's Ride motorcycle parked right below the hill that he's standing on. Were taken from me. And I am slowly trying to crawl my way back up to significance. But it's hard work.
Yeah.
You all wouldn't happen to be in the market for a job, would you?
Depends on the pay.
Oh, the pay, respect in Avernus, the power to do what you want, to spend every night at the Wandering Emporium if you want, because you have the soul coin to burn.
What now?
What is the Wandering Emporium?
Oh my! You all must be quite new. Wonderful. Oh, and that explains a great deal. I see. I can see it now. You all still have hope. Oh, well. I'm sure that it'll get better soon. Anyway, the Wandering Emporium is run by a marvelous fellow named Mahadi. He has some sort of arrangement with the powers that be down here. Large caravan of infernal machines that travels across Avernus, and every so often they circle up and create a little bit of a market. And the things you can find there, oh my, just the bee's knees. Not the least of which is Mahadi's wonderful restaurant where food actually tastes good.
Oh, we've got to go there.
Spa service. Oh, take years off your life.
So,
And it's perfectly neutral ground. No one
What
can hurt you.
direction?
And of course, you can't hurt them.
how do you find... how does one locate or find this Wandering Emporium?
Oh, well. Now that would be information worth having now, wouldn't it?
Oh, yes, it would, yeah.
What do you want?
Well,
You mentioned...
there's the easy answer to that, and the more difficult but potentially more profitable answer. What I want is to become a warlord of Avernus yet again. I need reliable people who have strength and ability, who can back up my own particular abilities and charm. We travel together, we acquire coins, we use those coins to acquire more machines, we build a fleet, and we destroy the other warlords of Avernus. One by one,
Well, let
growing
you know
in
when
power,
we find some
growing a
people.
reputation, becoming feared by all who hear our names and the sound of the roar of our engines. How does that sound?
Not great.
What? Well, you're not thinking it through.
Why would we choose you as a leader if you once had this status and now you're, well,
I
here?
see. Well, I do know things. Maybe that would be why I should be the leader.
I know things.
Oh, no doubt you do. But the things I know are actually of use.
Oh.
We
It's
have
all right.
other people who are willing to give us information for a far lesser price.
Well, this is helping you all as well. I mean, share and share alike. With my knowledge and your, I'm assuming, abilities, if you're out here on your own without having suffered any ill effects, at least as of yet, think what we could do.
We have our own goals.
Think what we couldn't do, or couldn't think. There would be nothing we couldn't do. That would be the correct answer. Your own goals. Well, I see. Well, what would those goals be?
Private.
Our own.
Ah, information worth knowing. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Indeed.
Well, then there is the easy and more boring method. I will tell you 3 truths. 1 for each soul coin that you give me.
Out.
Out?
Out.
I'm out of the conversation.
Oh,
Oh, is that done?
Nice singing, by the way.
thank you. I am quite fond of that song.
So was I.
Are you sure? I would hate for us to have to meet later as enemies.
Yes, you would. You would indeed.
That sounded almost like a threat.
No, not at all. Just a point of fact, my friend. I believe neutral
Pragmatism.
interactions are wise when you are at a disadvantage. And as you go on your quest for power, should we be in a more advantageous position where a bargain would be beneficial to both parties, we can speak again. But at the moment, it doesn't appear like that would work at the moment.
I see. Tit for tat, tat for tit. We all live on a pile of shit. Well, you make me sad, but that wouldn't do with a name like Smiler the Defiler now, would it? If you change your mind, look for me on the banks of the Styx. And remember, my offer for information stands. Pretty cheap, you'll find. And always reliable.
Good to know. Keep singing.
I only sing when I'm peeing, and all done. Good luck to you, friends.
All right.
Hops off the hill he's standing on, jumps onto his devil's ride, and does a donut.
I was going to say, can I pickpocket him?
And then heads off.
I do hope I wasn't speaking out of turn in that moment.
No, he can go.
Do we think? No, it's better. It's better to follow Lulu and.
We don't spend soul coins that we don't have to spend.
And remember, we
He was
also
definitely
have,
the nicest person I've ever met down here, and that's saying.
we already
That's
have
saying
one
something.
warlord who feels a connection has been made, and she did warn us against creating others.
True. It's true.
I don't want to ruin one ally for one who may or may not be beneficial.
Regardless, we should keep moving.
Right.
We did learn.
As you continue to move, I will need a wisdom saving throw from everyone except for Islin and Typhon.
Are we walking to the vehicle? Is that what's happening? Okay.
That is the
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah, we were 2 hours out from
I
it.
didn't realize it was that far, but
Neither, yeah.
Well, remember that we had crossed the river, and Lord knows what the hell happened when we did that. And then we still had to go up the hill, and All right. Don't.
My roll of 14 and it says I got an 11.
Don't suck. Don't suck. Don't suck. Don't suck. That kind of sucks.
Especially when you look at your modifier.
I know.
Wow.
However, a 10 is enough.
Oh, thank the gods. Okay.
Well, let's run down those rolls for the
Oh,
viewers,
very well.
shall we?
I've got a 15 from Silas Kon, a 17 from Jax, an 11 from Persephone, and a 10 from Falkrunn.
And for those of you playing at home, that was a +4 modifier, +3 modifier, +2 modifier, and my +7 modifier.
So, that is all successes. So, although the heat and whatever else it is in Avernus that seems to press against you with every step, you manage to keep your focus. You keep your eyes on the person in front of you, one foot in front of the other, and you eventually make your way back to a large group of lemures who all are standing around your scavenger, groaning and moaning. And sitting atop of it, his arms folded, is
Amanazra.
Amanazra. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you. Did you clean it?
No, that was not a part of our arrangement.
I trust, from the fact that you're sitting here, that nothing eventful occurred?
Nothing that you need concern yourselves with. It was protected the entire time.
Tell me, sir, do you care about would-be warlords here in Avernus?
I assume that everyone who is not a warlord is a would-be warlord.
What about former warlords wishing to rise again?
Ah. Who have you been speaking with?
That would be information. I'm sorry.
He learns.
Not particularly. The warlords tend to think very highly of themselves, but in the end they are mortal. Their effect here in Avernus is very brief. Is there anything else you would ask of me?
Out of curiosity, you call them mortal. But what would happen to a devil such as yourself were they to die here in Avernus?
Ah. Well, creatures of a particular plane tend to be very attached to it, don't they? I would imagine you have already killed your fair share of devils.
That we have.
The more powerful ones have ways around that particular problem. So be careful.
Generous of you.
It's already information you had.
Well, if there's nothing else.
Nothing from my end.
I say to him, "Oh, you mentioned the marketplace. Which direction was it again?"
Oh, the Wandering Emporium.
Yeah, you said it was a certain direction.
The first part of that name would suggest that it is rather difficult to find. It is definitely a place that you should look for if you are in need of a rest, however.
Any hints as to how to wander to the right place?
He already told us. I'm bluffing. I don't know why I'm the one bluffing.
I could direct you to it if that is where you wish to go, but that would cost something.
DM, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
We defeated a very powerful guy riding on a nightmare.
Yes.
Do we have any indication of what he was in hierarchy-wise?
You've heard Lulu say that he was a Narzugan.
Do we have any indication of whether that would be interesting information?
Ooh, that seems like it might be.
Like, do we?
You don't have indications from me.
We don't.
Because rest assured, he's already Narzugan.
Remind me not to ask next time I have a question.
No, a good question. However, the information for the answer is not one that I can give you as a DM. If it's something you want to ask, or you want to discuss it amongst the group to decide.
No, I'm avoiding meta on purpose.
I see.
But if we don't,
I suppose
know,
it would
we
be a
don't know.
religion check to find out where it would be in the hierarchy. Exactly where.
Oh God, somebody else would have to do that.
I know who could do it.
Are you whispering in anyone's ear?
Typhon, you have a sudden urge to pee in the river Styx.
What is happening to us?
It's hell, baby. We got all these yums to yuck.
We're all pregnant.
We're all
We're all pregnant.
I
Wonder if it'd be like pissing out an electric fence.
So, it was by far the most powerful thing that you have ever fought. If you were to fight two of them, you would be all dead.
I nod to Typhon and communicate something about information being currency sometimes, and we may know the whereabouts of a would-be warlord, but we also know the whereabouts of something more powerful.
Now, this
And as I do that, I make sure not to get too close to Islam.
Fair enough.
These. Well, this place relies heavily on its structure. The might
Indeed.
of Zariel is rightly well organized. We know of a recent vacancy.
Do you?
We do.
He looks towards the way you have come. Interesting. If you have done what I think you have done, then I will hear of it soon. And we must be very careful in our dealings in the future. Zariel, Archduke of Avernus, is my rightful liege and lord, and I am duty-bound to report any plots against her to those who are above me.
We have no plots against Zariel.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that.
But unfortunately, well, the mind of one of her servants seems to have been bent too far from order towards wanton destruction. Perhaps. So, I will not tell you of any. I will not regale you with our recent deeds, but there is information to know, and we could tell you more should you point us in the direction that we want to go.
The information that you have to give me would be very dangerous for me to hear from your lips. I will no doubt hear it in due time.
Perhaps then point us in the right direction. This
Where is it
goblin
you wish
likes
to
to
go?
gob off and might just blurt something out if you don't point us towards the Wandering Emporium, which is where we're trying to go, I think.
I believe the Wandering Emporium is to the south at the moment, but it is far.
Do we believe him?
Do we do an insight check?
No, it's just
Sure.
like, do we believe him?
Would
That is
you
my
be-
cat, by the way.
Would you be able to point to it
Thank you.
on a map?
Probably not all that useful, but I could try.
Oh, my.
22 insight.
20.
22 insight. He's as truthful or as untruthful as he has been.
I believe him.
You are currently about here. You see where that symbol is right there?
Yes.
That is your current location. This is Haraman's Hill. These are the sundered chains. He points on the map to here.
That is far.
That is far.
Indeed.
Oh, it's only 50 feet. That's-
Well, we have no other clue
Turn around
as
and
to,
we're like, oh, it's right there.
as to where we want to go, correct?
Well-
at the moment?
The person who could potentially give you that information is doing her very best to not be seen.
Right. Well, so he marks that location, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, then we best be going before we say something uncouth.
He turns slowly to look at you, Silas. You are a devout follower, aren't you? I mean, to be creating such a strong effect.
You should see some of the disgusting things he's done with that power. It is immense.
Indeed. You should be careful. Such power will attract a great number of unsavory things to you.
Really? It already has. Yet here I am.
Yet here you are.
I will kill everything.
And he'll eat it.
I will. I am hungry again, I don't know why.
Well, my friends, I believe that concludes our agreement. He looks at you, Typhon. I deliver to you your infernal machine, safe and unspoiled. Good day.
Do we have to go around it? You know, like when you hire a car, we have to take photos if the case they've scratched anything?
Yeah.
The
It's
lemures
smaller
all,
than a quarter, you're fine.
yeah, the lemures all
It's a
begin
myth.
to bubble and sink into the ground, creating a soupy quagmire which begins to bake in the heat of a furnace. And Amanazro flies up into the air, does a little bow, and disappears.
I really don't like him. All
I
right.
don't know.
He's not ideal, but man, is he useful.
So there are two places we could go.
All right.
I don't think that the sword will be at either one of them, but I remember them as being places where there might be people who would answer questions.
All right.
One of them is called the Spawning Trees, and it's back across the sticks. It's where demons grow here. And the other one is called the Demon Zapper. It's where demons get zapped.
Whereabouts is that, Lulu?
It is on this side. I think it is
And she looks down at your map.
around here. And the spawning trees are here.
I don't fancy another trip across the sticks again.
What do I? But perhaps we could head in that
Oh.
direction. Catch the Emporium and rest. Excuse me, Persephone.
All right. I tend to agree. It seems an extremely valuable place to at least visit once.
And perhaps we could set our course along the sticks, at least partially.
That sounds like a plan. Is everyone in agreement?
Yar.
DM, is the machine still running?
It is silent, but as you sit into it, you feel its living force around you. It's hungry to move.
All right. We follow the river to the Emporium.
Silas gets into the helm, and you begin to drive south. It is not long before you see on the horizon the floating city of El Terrell, lower than what you remembered the last time you saw it. As a reminder, a day has passed. By Typhon's calculation, you have maybe 5.
5 left.
Yes. You will, driving in your machine, reach the area where the Emporium is supposed to be with plenty of this day left. If you wish to go into the Emporium, if you find it, and rest, that is another day gone.
Should we make a stop at Fort Knucklebone on the way, since we will be passing it?
Do we have need for that?
Mad Maggie indicated we might not be welcome if we came back.
Unless we had something to offer her of immense value that we don't want anymore.
Everyone looks at Typhon.
In exchange for what? Just
We don't want to get
resting?
rid of Typhon.
Oh, no.
I was rather
That-
thinking there's something we don't want, but it has no value.
Yeah, first off, she said immense power, and so that we wouldn't.
Oh, y'all are going in tonight.
Welcome to hell!
I'd just like to give everybody out there a shout out. Lawful Secret RPG does not discriminate against race, grade, religion, looks, feels, anything. We all love each other. When we put
Yeah.
up these microphones, we go, wow, you're a butthole tonight.
Yeah.
And we're sorry about it. But Islin, shut up.
We are going to be ending our session here, so I'm going to leave you with this question to ponder. There is a great deal of this day left. You have virtually only spent maybe 3 hours of it driving in your infernal machine along the Styx. You will arrive at the locations quasi close to where Amanazro indicated the Emporium could be, with a good 5 hours left in the day. If you go to the Emporium then, fine, but that's another day down. You have tasks to complete.
But we could.
How far from where we're at now would it take us to get to the Demon Zapper?
About the same amount of time.
So we could
Go there first.
So,
That's
party,
so smart.
since we are relatively resourced up, it wouldn't be. I mean, I'm still pretty good. I don't know about everybody else. How?
Oh yeah, no, it would be wasteful to have a rest now.
A short rest might be
Short
nice.
rest, because
Yeah.
obviously
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
very, very hurt. So
Does that not happen? Do we get short rests when we're in the car?
If one
Um,
person's driving and we're just kind of
As long as one person is driving, yeah.
Yeah. So Silas would be the only one who wouldn't get a short rest. Now we could swap out and have somebody else drive as well, just to make
True.
sure.
none of
Yeah.
us got a
Certainly.
skill.
But this is all stuff to discuss in the interim. Why-